And gentlemen, and welcome here to Black Hills Energy Stadium on this Friday afternoon, June 24th at exactly 6:25 p.m. Mountain Time. We are coming to you live from Sasquatch territory here in Spearfish, South Dakota, as your Spearfish Sasquatch face off against the Badlands Big Sticks in the second series in a row at home on the 6-game homestand. Just last night, your Squatch took Game 3, winning all 3 games with a score of 4-2 to sweep the Gem City Bison. The first series sweep of the year for the Sasquatch, mind you. Connor Jones, the pitcher for the Squatch, went 6 innings of 2-run ball in the start last night. So how sweep it is, as the Squatch look to continue that momentum on both sides of the ball with the new series tonight against our friends from Dickinson, North Dakota. The Badlands Big Sticks are a very good team, very balanced offense and defense. But who's to say the Squatch aren't? They are on fire, as the Squatch are a great team, as well as a team that is carrying a lot of momentum on their backs after the sweep against the Gem City Bison these last 3 days. So they pick up their bags and start all over tonight. In Game 1 on this Friday night, it is fireworks night, as there has been a crowd rolling in since 5:45 tonight, almost an hour before the game is supposed to start. You know, we are in for a great crowd, as tickets were close to selling out, if not sold out entirely. So it is the Game 1 of a weekend series against a team who is thought to be one of the biggest competitors in the Independence League this season. And the Squatch are looking to put a different narrative on the table, as they offered their best work against the Badlands Big Sticks tonight. And it is going to be a fun one, as the sun is trying to peek out of a few clouds here, and there I'll have a full weather report for you in just a few moments. But as the umpires are meeting behind home plate, you know what that means. We're going to go and get right into the starting lineups tonight for the Spearfish Sasquatch and the visiting Badlands Big Sticks. So starting out with the Sticks coming from Dickinson, North Dakota, leading off, number 1, the second baseman, Alex Erlob. Hitting second, number 7, the right fielder, Carson Lundmark. Batting third, number 10, the first baseman, Derek Calvillo. Batting fourth, number 25, the left fielder, Corey Brownson. Hitting fifth, number 11, the designated hitter, Austin Bunn. And batting sixth, number 6, the third baseman, Cooper Dulick. Hitting seventh, number 2, the shortstop, Alex Thurston. Batting eighth, number 4, and catching behind the plate for Badlands Big Sticks is Jackson Fisher. And batting ninth, number 0, the center fielder, Quade Peters. Taking the mound for the Badlands Big Sticks is number 24, Devin Hernandez, in his first start of the season, as the Big Sticks are led by head coach Cameron Johnson. And you have just seen them a few moments ago, as the Squatch in their white uniforms head out. And we have the national anthem. So we will let that happen, and we'll be right back with your Sasquatch starting lineup in just a few moments.
Stripes and bright stars through the perilous night. On the ramparts we watched, was the gallantly streaming, and the rounded the box bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land and the main, and the home of the brave? Thank you so much, Nancy Butler. Thank you. Now, Matt, come on the field one more time. Bailey's out there with some friends.
And let's play ball, as we like to say, with the on-field host, Bailey Hubbard, seemingly before every game. So let's do it right now. And we're going to go ahead and introduce the Badlands Big Sticks order, as they are going to be the first in the top of this inning to start out the game for the Big Sticks. And we are going to actually go through the Sasquatch lineup, as we have not yet to introduce them. We're going to start that right now. Leading off for the Sasquatch, number 3, the left fielder Trey Vorwald. Batting second, number 24, second baseman Ryan Bachman. Batting third, number 27, the shortstop Johnny McHenry. Batting cleanup tonight for the Sasquatch, number 29, first baseman Keenan O'Brien. Batting fifth, number 30, and catching behind the plate, Drew Biggerstaff. Batting sixth, number 28, the designated hitter tonight, Harrison Clark. Batting seventh, number 25, the right fielder Nicky Winterstein. Batting eighth, number 4, the center fielder Bryson Hoyer. And rounding out this order for your Spearfish Sasquatch tonight is number 12, the third baseman Gabe Springer. And pitching, taking the hill tonight for your Sasquatch is number 16, Jack Hostetler. All the way from Encinitas, California. As he has had a couple of very impressive starts and looking to continue that momentum tonight. And he has his work cut out for him in the form of the Badlands Big Sticks. As it is now 6:31, a few minutes before the first pitch. And Hostetler is ready. The Squatch are led by head coach Tanner Hill. As Hostetler fires that fastball in there for a called strike one against the second baseman Alex Erlob. And the 0-1 from Jack, as that one is grounded right up the middle, and that is going to get past Bachman, as it is grounded shallowly into center field for a leadoff single on the second pitch of the game. So that brings up Carson Lundmark, the right fielder. In the 3-game series against the Gem City Bison, the Sasquatch had quite the impressive feat, as the starting pitchers in each of those 3 games for the Sasquatch only allowed a total 4 runs combined through 3 games. And the Gem City Bison have a very impressive offense. But the schedule seemingly never gets easier, as we face different teams every few days. And the Badlands Big Sticks, as we know, a big rival of ours up in North Dakota. And they had their way in the first 2 series, the first of 3 games, a 3-game set in North Dakota. And then they came back for 3 in South Dakota to start the year, as that one gets past Biggerstaff. And Erlob's easily going to take second base. So now Alex Erlob in scoring position with no one out and a 2-0 count, as Jack threw that one just a bit low. So through the first 6 games of the season, all against the Big Sticks, the Sasquatch were only able to take 1 of the 6, and that was in the 6th game. A very impressive Sunday matinee that the Squatch were able to walk off, so very exciting. But that was also a very different Spearfish team, as the Badlands Big Sticks seem to have a lot of players early in the season, whereas the Squatch did not. And Spearfish has a more balanced attack and a more dangerous lineup offensively, as well as in the field. So, supposed to be a very excited matchup tonight between these 2 teams, as Hostetler just issued his first walk of the night to Carson Lundmark, the right fielder. And that's going to bring up the first baseman, Derek Calvillo. After playing this team for the first 6 times in the year, it's very easy to remember the names of these guys. They're all very familiar. And Derek Calvillo, as we can recall, has a very powerful bat at the plate. And Hostetler looking to get out of a little first inning jam on the base paths. Calvillo from Dickinson State University, batting .278 through 21 games played. As Hostetler is ahead on Derek, 0-1. And that one's going to be a bit low now. Count runs even. So the Squatch, after winning their last 3, sweeping the Gem City Bison to send them back to Wyoming, Their record rises to 8-16 on the year. A slow start, but a long season, as everyone knows. Plenty of time to make up ground in the division. Would be a great time against the Big Sticks, who are 15-8. And have been an intimidating presence so far in the division and throughout the entire Independence League to start the season. And Hosteller now ahead, the 1-2, the pitch. And that one is going to be lifted out shallow towards the left field. Vorwald gets under it and takes care of it for out number 1. So Derek got under that one and hit a high fly ball out to Trey Vorwald, who is manning left. That's going to bring up Corey Brownson, the left fielder for the Big Sticks, with runners on first and second, 1 out. A bit of a different outfield look tonight for the Spearfish Sasquatch. Vorwald in left, Bryson Hoyer manning center field, giving the day off for Carson Green, as he is the go-to man seemingly every night in center. And with all the running he's doing, always well-deserved to give him a day off or two every once in a while. And Nicky Winterstein in his 3rd start tonight with the Sasquatch in right. So now Hosteller ahead 0-2 of Corey Brownson, and looking to put him away. As there is a large crowd tonight. We are very excited. It is a Friday night action matchup between these two teams. A very evenly balanced Big Sticks team and a very talented and perhaps one of the hottest in the league, the Spearfish Sasquatch. The 0-2. Taken low for ball 1. If we look in the distance, you might be able to see on the live stream, it appears that it is coming down out past center field. Not sure how far that is, but it is raining in front of the Crow Peak Mountains. Not a necessarily great sign, as that one is lifted way foul down into the Big Sticks pin, where Devin Hernandez, the starter tonight for the Badlands, is warming up. The sun's been trying to peek through. We've been very blessed for the last 3 games to be able to have beautiful weather, not a cloud in the sky. As a swing and a miss there. And Corey Brownson is down on strikes for out number 2. And now jacking out away from getting out after giving up a single up the middle and then walking Carson Lundmark. And that's going to bring up Austin Bunn, the designated hitter. This will be the 15th game for Bunn, as that one is going to be lined right at the middle. Almost took off Hosteller's head. And the throw from Hoyer, as O'Brien's going to fire to third, and not in time. So that is going to be an early 1-0 lead for the Big Sticks, who were able to put it in play thanks to the bat of Austin Bunn. As that was a low liner with plenty of exit velo. Very glad that Jack was able to get out of the way of it on the mound. But the relay from Hoyer not in time. And O'Brien tried to luck over with Springer at third. But now runners on the corners, still 2 outs. And Cooper Dulick, the third baseman, stepping in. And Hostetler now, no balls, 1 strike, as that one's going to be grounded just foul. Springer, great job of getting there, but fouled in front of the third base bag for a quick 0-2 count. A quick 2 hits now for the Big Sticks, as we saw plenty of times before. They knew how to put it in play. Very talented team on the offensive end. But Haas can get out of it here. The 0-2 is going to be lifted out towards Winterstein and right. And that is going to be out number 3. So the Big Stick strike first with an early run to take the 1-0 lead. The Squatch Bats coming to look at Devin Hernandez in his first start on the mound, and they are going to be ambushing, trying to tie this game up and maybe take the lead. A fun night for baseball in Game 1 against these two talented teams. We'll be right back with you. I'm Win Andrews, your voice of the Squatch.
When you venture to spearfish in the Black Hills of South Dakota, you'll find rugged hiking and biking trails, extreme rock climbs, and views that will take your breath away. Plan a spearfish vacation and come find your adventure. Spearfish, my great place in South Dakota.
And we welcome you back to the beautiful Black Hills here in Spearfish, South Dakota, as the Badlands Big Sticks took an early 1-0 lead. They struck first. Had to find the correct tense of the word strike. They struck first as they have that early 1-run lead, but hopefully not for long, as the Squatch are looking to turn that score on its head. And Devin Hernandez on the mound for the Big Sticks, and Trey Vorwald leading off tonight, getting another start as Hernandez fires way inside for ball 1. As I just mentioned a few minutes ago, right before the end of the top of the first, we saw plenty of rain out towards center field, just not too far away. And now we are starting to see some raindrops here and there come throughout Black Hills Energy Stadium. We hope that it stays this pace, because this is doable. We can work with this weather. But a storm that gathers up in a half-inch of rain in 30 minutes, we cannot deal with. We've had plenty of those situations so far this year. June has been very unpredictable in terms of weather, as it tends to do here in Spearfish. And we hope it stays the course and hopefully passes over us so we can get this game in tonight. And Hernandez with the breaking ball that settles in for strike 2. So Vorwald mostly mans out towards left field, sort of on a game in, game out basis, as he is going to get jammed, and that one is going to be a little pop out towards the shortstop tonight for the Sticks. Alex Thurston for out number 1. And the rain is starting to come down just a bit more here, and the fans came prepared. They wanted fireworks tonight either way. They're bringing out their umbrellas. You have to love summer ball, don't you? It is just something else. So Ryan Bachman stepping in, batting second, with his first look at Hernandez. And Johnny McHenry on deck. McHenry's been leading off the last couple of games in the 3-game series against the Bison, and Coach Tanner Hill tried to shake it up tonight, as McHenry has fared well, both lead off and in the 3 spot, and he will have an opportunity to advance Ryan Bachman as he just singled out towards shallow left center for a 1-out single. So a great job from the on-base percentage leader and the batting average guy for the Squatch, Ryan Bachman, to get on base once more. We don't have many stats on Devin Hernandez, as this is a very small sample size to pick from. He has only pitched a third of an inning so far this year, as that one is grounded towards second, and the relay from short, not in time. So a potential double play, luckily not in the works. McHenry beats out the throw over to first, but Ryan Bachman will be retired for out number 2. And so McHenry replaces Bachman at first base, and Keenan O'Brien, the cleanup hitter, stepping in. Oh, we're bringing out the ponchos tonight too, I see. Okay. The dedication of Squatch Nation will never get old. They are here no matter what. As the first pitch to O'Brien is lifted out as he hits that one deep out towards center. And the center fielder racing back just shy of the track. He's not going to get ahead. He's going to drop it right on the track. And Johnny McHenry makes his way around third to home, and this game is tied. Keenan O'Brien squared up on every bit of that one. And now a tied ball game in the bottom of the first with 2 outs. And Keenan O'Brien with a 2-out double. And an RBI here early tonight. I was in the dugout earlier and Keenan warned me. He said, hey, I've been able to square up on some. I've just been getting under it just a bit. I promise you, they will fall. And that one did. As that one is going to get past, and O'Brien is going to try for third, and he will be safe on the slide in. So that ball got past catcher Jackson Fisher on the wild pitch from Hernandez. And Drew Biggerstaff, who is catching tonight, number 30, batting 5th. We hope he can repeat some of that success he had last night against the Bison. With a runner on third and 2 outs, he drove one in down the left side of the infield to score the Sasquatch runner. And now with O'Brien on third, we hope he can do the same tonight. Fouls that one back for strike 1. And man, O'Brien did get every bit of it. Drove that one out deep on the warning track. And Quade Peters tried to get it, but right off the outstretched glove. A good attempt from Peters, but no could do. O'Brien hit it just too hard. So Biggerstaff, who is hitting .307 on the year, now with a 2-1 count from Hernandez. That now runs 2-2. Love to see the new addition of these players who made it into Spearfish in the last 2 weeks. Biggerstaff and O'Brien on third base. 2 of those guys who have been very valuable additions to this offense. As Biggerstaff hits that one, and that is going to be a lazy fly ball. As the second baseman calls it off, treks back just a few feet out from the infield for out number 3. And that was Alex Erlob on the catch. So, Hernandez gets out of the first, but the Squatch strike right back. Retaliation effort after a huge double out at the warning track at the 400 spot in center field. A long shot from Keenan O'Brien drives Johnny McHenry home, and the Squatch are now tied with the Big Sticks 1-1, headed to the second inning. It's a fun night for baseball here Friday afternoon. We're happy that you're here with us. You're watching Squatch Baseball.
We're all going somewhere. Going higher, faster, farther. Going in new directions, to new places. At Monument Health, we keep going so you can keep going. We're dedicated to advanced orthopedic care with the latest innovations, technology, expertise, and treatment. So keep exploring, keep making memories, keep going with Monument Health as your partner. Learn more at monument.health/orthopedics.
A tied ball game, all at 1, as the Sasquatch and Big Sticks are facing off tonight in game 1 of 3 here at Black Hills Energy Stadium. I'm Win Andrews, your voice of the Squatch, and so happy that you are joining us tonight on the YouTube live streamer here at the park. A very nice crowd for fireworks night. We love having those throughout the season. And this will be our second firework night of the year, as Hostetler is back on the mound and facing off against Alex Thurston, the shortstop. And he is quickly ahead 0-2. Thurston is batting 7th tonight, so we got the 7, 8, 9 hitters, the bottom third. And the pitch from Haas. As Thurston thought about it for a second, laid off it. The Squatch are in pursuit of their first 4-game win streak of the year. After sweeping the Bison last night in 3 games, they have 3 more in this series against the Big Sticks on the 6-game homestand. So trying to win as many of them as they can, and most importantly, ending the first half of the season on a great note. The 1-2 from Jack. Taken inside for ball 2. And Hostetler is a great person, a great candidate for someone that you want to have extend the streak to 4 games. As the count now runs full against Thurston. The rain has sort of settled down around the park. The payoff pitch. And that one is way inside. Thurston didn't really have the chance to offer. Leans back and takes a leadoff walk. And now the catcher for the Big Sticks, batting 8th, Jackson Fisher. Stepping in. Jack's from Encinitas, California. Pitches at Whitman College. A teammate of Wyatt Adams, who is another Sasquatch pitcher coming out of the bullpen this season. We've seen him in a couple of appearances. And the pitch is grounded right back to Jack, but off of the glove as he is going to have to settle for 1. Fires over to O'Brien for out number 1. Potentially had the chance for the double play, but that grounder right over the glove of Jack on the mound. Smartly decides to throw to first to get the put out. But Thurston now sits at second base with 1 out. And Quade Peters, the center fielder who is rounding out the order for Badlands tonight. So the 1-out pitch. Fouled back. As the Big Sticks are decked out in their American uniforms tonight. Obviously, the big sticks represent Teddy Roosevelt, so you have to understand the American connection there. A very great team logo, very creative. And Hosteller now with the 1-1 count to Peters in the dirt for ball 2. Hosteller, or the Hoss Man, they call him, sports a 3.66 ERA so far in the year. In his last loss, his last start against the Canyon County Spuds just last week, he had a very hard luck loss. He's had a couple of those so far this season. Went 7 innings of 1-run ball, only gave up 3 hits. So a very great start. Unfortunately, the Sasquatch couldn't come out with the win. But the good news is that the offense for the Squatch has trended in a very positive direction since then. Evident in all 3 games against the Bison. And also tonight, as they scored 1 in the bottom of the first to tie it back up with the big sticks. But now the payoff pitch from Jack to Peters. Grounds it just foul, just off the tip of the bat. And we'll try it again. Jack's trying to continue the really hot streak on the mound for the Sasquatch pitchers, as in the last 3 games, they have gone 6+ innings. And the pitch, as this battle is going to continue between Peters and Jack on the mound. 3-2 once more. In game 1 against the Bison, Ethan Stady went 6. Game 2, so did Cam Hoyland. And just last night, to sweep the series, Connor Jones went 6 innings of 2-run ball, as that one was grounded over to McHenry. He's going to fire over with the feed to O'Brien for out number 2. So Thurston advances to third on the throw. But now 2 outs in the inning. And Alex Erlob, the last hope for the big sticks in the top of the second. And this will be his second look at Jack as the lineup card has rolled over. And that one is taken a bit high for ball 1. Erlob attends Neosho County Community College. That's a mouthful. From West Fargo, North Dakota. In his 3rd game with the big sticks this season. Representing the leadoff batter tonight for the big sticks. And that one is fouled way high. Biggerstaff going to try to get a run on it, but unable to, as that one right into foul territory. Luckily, everyone was aware. No one got hurt on the foul ball. And the 2-1 now is going to be fouled off. The big sticks hitters know how to keep the ball in play. They are going to foul off pitches they don't like. Very disciplined offensive team. But the Sasquatch know that. They've seen them plenty already to start this season. And they have a different head on their shoulders. The 2-2 up high. Now count runs full once more. So a few full counts now for Jack to start the game tonight. Through 1 2/3 innings. The pitch. Swing and a miss. As Alex Erlob goes around for out number 3. We head to the bottom of the second as Jack Hosteller escapes. And the Squatch Bats looking to take the lead. Beautiful night here as it's turning out to be in game 1 of this 3-game series. We'll be right back with you. You're watching Squatch Baseball. And welcome back here, deep in Squatch territory, as the Spearfish Sasquatch have a tied ball game with the Badlands Big Sticks in the bottom of the second. All tied up at 1. 2 hits apiece. And Harrison Clark, the designated hitter who is batting 6th tonight, leading off the inning against Devin Hernandez on the mound for the Sticks. We usually see Clark over at first base, but with the addition of about 7 new players, many of who are capable of playing over at first, Harrison has had many well-deserved days off. But a very important bat to keep in the lineup while he is serving as the DH tonight. So with the Squatch finishing up their sweep of the Bison last night, the Sticks have come into town after having a series win against the Canyon County Spuds at home. They finished up that game and arrived in town just a few hours ago. So a quick turnaround. The Squatch have had plenty of those to start the year. As the summer ball schedule tends to be very unforgiving for many teams. The 2-1 from Devin. As that one is going to be a diving catch by Quade Peters in center field. It looked like it was potentially going to get down for a second, but a great dive from Peters prevents Clark from letting that one drop. But very encouraging to be able to see the ball put in play. And Nicky Winterstein, batting 7th tonight, the right fielder with 1 out from the University of Toledo. Just graduated and enjoying his time this summer with the Squatch in his 2nd season. McHenry, Bachman, and Winterstein all enjoyed being key contributors to the championship run for the Squatch last summer season. And they're hoping to repeat that this year. And something about this team, can't emphasize it enough, with the return of Winterstein and all these new guys in the dugout, the Squatch seem to be at full strength, and they are excited. And that is evident by the brand of ball they've been playing. The season-long struggle with runners in scoring position has improved drastically. And the swing and miss efforts from the Sasquatch at the plate have also decreased by a ton. And Nicky now behind 0-2. We'll see what he can do with the 0-2 pitch. As that off speed, way outside for ball 1. The Squatch are hitting .214 at the plate. Can be plenty of improvements made there, and you can expect to see that number increase, as it already has. It's a far cry from hitting below the Mendoza line to start the season. As a team collectively, Nicky's trying to race it out at first, as that was a slow chopper, and a good play from the second baseman Alex Erlob for out number 2. And Bryson Hoyer, the 8th spot hitter, and playing center field tonight, stepping in. Another notable addition. Can play left, center, or right field. We saw him hit right a few games ago. This is a much different offense than what the Sticks saw in the first 6 games of the year. So we have another potential pitching duel tonight and throughout the series, as the Squatch pitching has found their groove on the mound. And the Big Sticks have had a pretty good effort so far collectively as a team to start the year. The Sticks are pitching a collective 4.26 ERA as a team. Very good for summer ball teams. 2 balls, no strikes from Hernandez in his first start of his career. And summer ball, and that one is taken low again. So now he is behind 3 balls, no strikes to Bryson Hoyer and Gabe Springer, the ever dangerous bat, batting 9th tonight. You know you are a dangerous team when you have Gabe Springer batting 9th, the Stanford commit, and took the big sticks deep in game 1 of the year. And they remember it, I'm sure. So Hoyer now 3-1 against Hernandez from Pasco, Washington. He attends Big Bend Community College. And he seems to slip off the mound just then and can't deliver a strike as that one is in the dirt for ball 4. And now Bryson Hoyer takes that 2-out walk, and Gabe Springer rounding out the order tonight for the Squatch. As Hernandez is finishing his first look at the Sasquatch offense in game 1. Two outs, a runner on, and Springer takes a nice cut at it, but foul tip for strike 1. So in that first start, or in the first appearance, excuse me, for Hernandez, he only pitched a third of an inning, gave up a walk in the process, as that one is going to be low, and the steal attempt from Bryson Hoyer is going to be safe, as the ball was dropped by shortstop Alex Thurston, unable to get the ball and apply the tag. So smart base running, always aggressive running from Hoyer and the Sasquatch offense, willing to take their chances. And that's another thing we've seen from the Sasquatch offense that has fared so differently than the beginning of the season. Being aggressive, being willing to foul them back, and not just watching every pitch go by. And that was a problem that head coach Tanner Hill hammered home all the time to start the year, as there was a lot more swing and missing than the Squatch offense would have liked. So now the 2-1 to Gabe Springer with Hoyer a few feet off the bag at second. And now Springer's ahead 3-1. With Vorwald the leadoff hitter in the on-deck circle. A packed house tonight at Black Hills Energy Stadium. We love to see it. Everyone wants to see fireworks. Getting closer and closer to the 4th of July. As Springer gets under that one and hit 14 miles high right onto the batting cages into foul territory as the count runs full. You just saw some power from Gabe Springer, even hitting it foul. Has plenty of power in his bat. So now with Hoyer on second and a full count to Springer, Hernandez's payoff pitch. Foul just back. We'll try it again. Hernandez had the short end of the stick, having to face the Sasquatch lineup at a very difficult time for him, as the bats have woken up at the best time possible. Capping off the first half of the season and about to start the second. But Hernandez gets out of the inning after a swung on strike 3 from Gabe Springer to end the inning. So we head to the top of the third, and Jack Hosteller about to take his turn back on the mound for his third inning of work, trying to keep these Badlands big sticks at bay. Don't go anywhere, folks. We got a good one for you tonight. I'm Win Andrews, your voice of the Sasquatch, and we thank you for watching us on YouTube live stream.
Knee replacement? With the area's only ROSA robot, Monument Health offers a more personalized and precise procedure, customized for your anatomy. Get going with Monument Health, your partner for advanced orthopedic care.
A tied ball game here in the top of the third inning in a potential pitcher's duel. Might be too early to say, but it's looking potentially that way through 2 innings, as Jack Hostetler, the pitcher for the Squatch, back out on the mound, giving up 2 hits and only 1 run to this point, and now faces off against Carson Lundmark, the right fielder. Lundmark is batting second tonight. And a hearty cut for strike 1. Great pitch from Jack. Lundmark attends Mayville State University, batting .333 through 22 games played. And another pitch swung on for strike 2. So Hostetler has fired back, now an even count. And we'll see what he can do with Carson, who had quite the first 6 games against the Sasquatch. And that one is going to be half-hearted swing. The chopper over to Springer, and Springer fires way above O'Brien. And a great job from Keenan, knowing he wasn't going to be able to keep his foot on the bag, just jumps up as high as he can to be able to corral it down to prevent that one from going any further and maybe letting Lundmark reach second. So that'll be scored as an error from Gabe over at the hot corner tonight. And Derek Calvillo batting third. He is the first baseman for the Sticks. And the pitch, Lundmark is trying to steal, and the throw over is not going to be in time, as sort of a sidearm throw from behind the dish from Drew Biggerstaff, but still a very close play. But Lundmark had a good jump, and he reaches second on the steal, so now runner in scoring position, no outs after the error from Gabe Springer. So the pitch from Jack ahead 0-1, fouled back by Calvillo. Haas has been great so far this year in his 6th start of the year, 6th appearance, excuse me. Had a few appearances out of the bullpen to start the year and has been a starter in the rotation ever since. He is ahead 0-2 now, and Calvillo is going to line that one into right field. Winterstein cutting it off and about to try to throw back, and O'Brien cuts it off, and that is going to be a 2-1 lead now as Lundmark comes home. Potentially would have been a bang-bang play at home plate, but O'Brien cut it off before. Could have gotten two bigger staff. So that will be an unearned run under Jack Hostetler's name, as that'll be Carson Lemark, who scored off of the errant throw from Springer. But now Calvillo on first. We'll bring up Corey Brownson, the shortstop, or the left fielder, excuse me, as he is now ahead of Hostetler 2-0. To the point in this season, Jack is leading the rotation in innings pitched, as this will be his 30th inning pitched of the season. And through that, with a 3.66 ERA, has struck out 27. A strikeout an inning, not too shabby. And trying to go deep in this one. Could be 4 straight games of Sasquatch pitchers going at least 6+ innings. And he is now in an even count with Brownson. The pitch, as that one is going to find another gap, gets past McHenry into left field. And that'll be a single for Corey Brownson. Now runners on first and second, and still no one out. So now a little bit more trouble for Jack on the mound, and Austin Bunn, the designated hitter. He drove in the first run of the game to take that early 1-0 lead in the top of the first. And the pitch from Jack, and that one is going to be a blooper into right field, and Winterstein cuts it off, throws to home. Biggerstaff, great save to keep it from getting further. But now bases are loaded, as Calvillo over at second had to make sure that that one was going to drop before he ran. And there's going to be a quick mound visit early in the third inning. The Big Sticks have the 2-1 lead, and unfortunately now there is now bases loaded, no one out. So now official traffic jam on the base paths, as the Big Sticks are knocking on the door. And Hostetler has gone at least 6 innings through his past 3 starts. Went 6 against the Fremont Moo. 8 innings in the win against the Fremont Moo back at home. And then in his last appearance, the 7-inning pitch, Jim against the Canyon County Spuds. And he gets ahead of Cooper Dulick, batting 6th tonight with bases loaded. Jack's trying to get out of the jam. The 0-1. And that one is going to be swung on and hit out towards Winterstein. He charges down the right field line and is going to get away from him, get past him. Calvillo racing home, and they are going to hold the runner over at third base as he slides and takes his way back to third. So that one looked like it could have been caught, but Winterstein unable to get to it in time as it was hugging the third base line. A few bloop shots, especially the past 2, have the Big Sticks now with a 3-1 lead. After Calvillo came home on the single. And so bases still loaded for Alex Thurston, as the last 4 base runners have all singled against Jack. And they hold the 3-1 lead. As we've said, if you can't remember from early in the first 6 games of the year, this is a very dangerous offensive lineup. Plenty of big bats. Take very smart calls at the plate. And now, with Thurston up after Cooper Dulick's single, he is ahead of Hostetler on the mound 3-0. So now Jack has to throw a strike, or he is in danger of walking a run in. The pitch. And Jack could not find the zone as that one is fired low and away. And that is going to score the 4th run of the game in the form of Corey Brownson, the left fielder. So 3 runs have scored in the top of the 3rd. It is now a 4-1 ball game, and Jack is still trying to find that first out. And hopefully it can come in the form of Jackson Fisher, the catcher. And that one's fired in there for a strike. Confident fastball. Four runs, 6 hits, with 3 of them coming in the top of the 3rd. And the pitch from Jack is fouled back off once more. And he is now ahead 0-2. This has been a long inning for Jack, 64 pitches already. And the 0-2. Taken upstairs for ball 1. So 1 ball, 2 strikes as the rain is starting to come back into play. We hope it lays off for the most part, as that off speed, taken low and away. Now the count is back at even, 2-2. As we said, we love for you to be here at Fireworks Night. It's raining just a bit here and there, but overall the weather has seemed to hold off, trying to grant us a beautiful weekend series against the Big Sticks, as the battle continues between Fisher and Hostetler. Throughout the first 3 games against the Bison, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, all 3 games were beautiful. Could not have asked for anything better. Very hot. Maybe I could have asked for something better in that regard. The temperature was blazing. And the 2-2. Outside once more. Now count runs full. Bases still loaded, no one out. But even though it is drizzling here and there, it is a much more manageable 70 degrees. Nearing the 7:30 hour here in Spearfish. And the full count from Jack. The pitch. Swung on and missed for out number 1. So a huge strikeout. A very important and essential part in this game. As now a double play could do it to end this inning and get Jack out of some very big trouble in the top of the 3rd. And Quade Peters, the center fielder, as that one is taken low and away. Jack's been throwing in that spot a couple of times. As he walks in towards the mound a few feet. With the rain obviously playing a factor, that is a huge point for a pitcher. Might be affecting the pitch location for Hostetler to this point. Hope that is not the case. No matter how much it rains, it is much harder on the mound to be able to keep control and command of your pitches. So now 2-0-2. Quade Peters, who is rounding out this order for the Sticks the 2nd time tonight. And that one is going to get off of Biggerstaff, and luckily he's able to keep it in front of him, as that was a wild pitch in the dirt. So we hope that Jack's able to fire back into this count, as we know he can. His fastball has been pretty good tonight. His off speed has seemed to be something that is in a bit of question, and he goes back to what he knows. The fastball right down the middle. A good pitch. And he's trying to stay alive in this count with Quade Peters, the 3-1. And that one's going to be lined straight to Bach as he feeds to Johnny for that double play that we were needing and looking for. And Hostetler gives up 3 in the top of the third, but is still a very manageable deficit to come back from. Squatch are down 4-1 and looking to come back as the bats are getting hot once more. We'll be right back with you in a 4-1 ball game. You're watching Squatch Baseball.
I wanna shout out to the world so they know my sweet baby loves me so. She got me going, yeah, she turns me on. And she loves me, yeah, she loves me, and it blows my mind.
Hey, nice strike.
Yeah, it blows my mind. She's my lover.
Welcome back, Swatch Nation. Top of the order coming up for Spearfish as we head to the bottom of the third. The Big Sticks have just fired back for 3 runs in the top of the third. And with bases loaded and only 1 out, a huge double play on a liner to Ryan Bachman. And then the throw to Johnny was able to retire the side for Jack Hostetler, the starting pitcher for the Squatch tonight. And Trey Vorwald on the first pitch ambushes it, and a bad route by the right fielder is going to let Vorwald race around for second base. So a leadoff double to start the inning, and that's exactly what you need. What the Squatch were looking for. And so many counts, the Squatch early in the season were just watching that first strike fastball blow right past him. And Trey, a great contact hitter, able to square it up. For a leadoff double. Lundmark over in right did not play the ball well, and it got past him. So he had to run back, retrace his steps. And that was going to be the third hit of the night with Trey Vorwald on second base. And Ryan Bachman, the 2-hitter, looking to put it in play. That one is in the dirt for ball 1. Hernandez doesn't seem to be too worried. He's been taking a few looks back at Vorwald at second. But Trey's about halfway down to third base. Before the pitch. So Hernandez now with a 3-run lead. Hopefully not for long. Bachman fouls that one off. He is 1 for 1 tonight. So he's hitting the casual .320 on the year. At a point in the season like this, you know, you really want to prioritize off days. You simply can't afford to keep his bat out of the lineup. There's been a few players like that for Spearfish to this point. So when Ryan's not starting over at second base, he has to be a DH. A team leader for this offense and on the defensive end. As that one finds the strike zone. An off speed. Now the count is 1-2. at 7:30 p.m. on this Friday night in Spearfish. We thank you for joining us. It is appearing to be a beautiful night as the sun is starting to peek out of some clouds, and I see some blue sky behind a few of these potential rain clouds. The 1-2 to Bach, and that one is going to be lined up the middle, and they throw from second just in time as Bach can't beat it out. As Erlob fires over on his side and throws to Calvillo at first, but Vorwald is able to advance to third on the ground ball. And now Johnny McHenry stepping back in. Johnny was the first and lone run to score in the bottom of the first. So after the early 1-0 lead in the top of the first, the Squatch fired back to take a run of their own. Maybe that's in the works here in the bottom of the third. Runner on third, one out. Squatch have some work to do. The pitch to Johnny. Low 4, ball 1. The Squatch are in their all-white uniforms tonight. 1 ball, no strikes from Hernandez. And that one is fired inside for ball 2. We expected a sold-out crowd tonight, and it is looking to be potentially that way. People are still coming in. McHenry fouls that one back. It might not be necessarily sunny, but it feels great outside for some baseball. 2 balls, 1 strike to Johnny McHenry, batting third tonight. The pitch, broken bat, over to second base. And that is going to retire McHenry for out number 2. As Erlob smartly was watching Trey Vorwald over at third to see if he would come home, and making sure that he stayed at third, fired over to Calvillo at first for the second out. The Big Sticks had sort of a benefit, an advantage to some other teams in the Independence League to start the season. They had the majority of their team working together and were able to have about a week of practices before the season started. And you can tell that team chemistry's there. As Keenan O'Brien is now up to the plate. His second look at Hernandez tonight. 1 ball, no strikes, and that one is lifted high down right field. As the bullpen is busy tonight for the Sasquatch, Jack Hostetler has gone through 3 innings, surrendered 4 runs behind 6 hits. And it was only the 3rd inning that was really troublesome. But as we said, the Sticks don't go away. And it looks like Wyatt Adams is in the bullpen for the Squatch tonight. It'll be his first appearance in a while. Vorwald on third, 2 outs, and that one is hit a long way up high for out number 3. That is going to be Carson Lummark to call it off, and that will retire the side. So after a leadoff double from Trey Vorwald, the Squatch unable to answer, but they'll come out because we have plenty of baseball left to be played. Many more chances. Top of the 4th we go. We'll see who's coming out on the mound for us.
For summer at the Denny Menhold dealerships in Rapid City. Trade-in values are at an all-time high, and there's never been a better time to buy. With over 400 vehicles on location, you're guaranteed to find the right ride to take you into summer. And while you're here, make sure to sign up to win some great summer gear, like a Rice Honda side-by-side, Black Hills Fireplace Traeger Smoker, a variety of gift certificates, and more. Come by and check out a great selection of vehicles and summer gear at any of the Denny Menhold dealerships in Rapid City and at menholdsummer.com.
Coming to you live from Black Hills Energy Stadium in the top of the 4th inning, I am Win Andrews, the voice of the Sasquatch. Here hoping for a Squatch comeback victory later in this game, but we still have lots to be played. We are just in the top of the 4th inning, and Jack Hostetler back on the mound tonight, looking for his 4th inning of work against the Sticks, who have been pesky to say the least so far. As that one is grounded over to McHenry. McHenry charging, throws over to O'Brien and off the bag. As that one is way to the right of O'Brien. And he can't keep his foot on the bag, so that's going to be another error. And this is exactly how the 3rd inning started for Jack. After a seemingly easy grounder to Springer over at third base, he fired high. O'Brien unable to make the catch and make the tag. And the same misfortune with that one. So Alex Erlob is going to reach off of the error from McHenry. And that brings up Carson Lundmark, the right fielder. Jack saw almost everyone in the Sticks lineup there in the 3rd inning, hoping to have a much quicker 4th. And that's a good start, a swing and a miss on Carson. The 1-1 from Jack, swing and a miss once more. Big cut from Carson, unable to get any on it. So now a 1-2 count. So through 3 innings, Hostetler is already at 78 pitches, now 79. So now the count will even again at 2 outs, or 2 strikes. And the pitch, right on the edge, a good idea. Lundmark didn't think about it though. Now the count runs full, with the leadoff hitter Erlob on first and nobody out. The pitch way up high as Jack was unable to control that one. And now Derek Calvillo, the 3-hole hitter. It is never easy for a pitcher to start an inning with an error. And Jack has had the misfortune of having to go through that the last 2 innings, the 3rd and now the 4th. To have the runner on, the leadoff runner on, it makes all the difference from what I've heard. So Wyatt Adams still in the bullpen, and there's Logan Lottie on the mound. They're going to have a quick talk, quick chat, talk it over. And now they head back to talk over the strategy with Calvillo, who hits for power, no doubt about it. Now runners on first and second for Jack. And we'll see what he has in store against Derek And that one is going to be lined into left field. Vorwald is going to stumble, and he looks to be hurt over in left field. He took a horrible fall over, and the center fielder Hoyer is going to have to cut it off, and that is going to score. 2 more runs on the double from Calvillo. So now this is a 6-1 game, and Trey Vorwald is down in left field. That did not look good. And Logan Lottie is racing out there, folks. Oh, man, we hope he is okay. It was a very awkward fall. Looked like his legs locked up on him. So that is Calvillo doing some more damage against the Squatch. He has done plenty of it, as he is 2 for 3 tonight, and he has accounted for many more hits in the first 6 games of the season against the Squatch. Some things just don't change. But now with a 6-1 lead after the bases clearing double from Calvillo, and Corey Brownson stepping in, we are going to have a quick commercial break because we are mulling everything over here with Trey Vorwald. Hopefully everything is okay with his injury, hoping for the best. We will be right back with you. Big Sticks have the lead 6-1.
Walk through life. Every day is a new beginning. Shine your light. It's a day and the world is waiting. Move along to the song, singing in your soul. Feel the beat, clap your hands, let it take control. All you need, all you want, are you ready to find your way? 'Cause every day is a new day. And everything's going your way. And you wanna make it last forever. We'll keep it together, 'cause it keeps getting better. Hey, it keeps getting better.
And welcome back with us here in the top of the 4th inning. The Big Sticks have just had on 2 more runs in the top of the inning, and they now own a 5-run lead. It is 6-1 in favor of the Sticks, and Jack Hostetler is on the mound. We just took a break a few moments ago after Derek Calvillo had a bases clearing double with no one out. That ball was lined into left field, and the left fielder Trey Vorwald had a scary fall. Looked a lot worse than apparently what it was, because Vorwald is hanging out in left field as we speak. He did not come out of the game, as he is walking around on, trying to walk around, not applying too much pressure, it appears. But hopefully everything is okay. And obviously it seemed to be, if he wanted to stay in the game. We have plenty of substitutions in the bullpen. I mean, not in the dugout, excuse me. We will not be putting a pitcher in left field tonight. But he seems to be all right. And back to business, a 6-1 lead for the Sticks. And Hostetler issued a walk to Corey Brownson, the cleanup hitter. So now runners on first and second and no one out. And Tanner Hill is motioning to the bullpen, and it appears that it is going to be the end of the line for Hostetler tonight, as he is going to be unable to go the 6+ innings. And so that will break his personal streak of going at least 6 in his last 3 starts. So that'll be the end of the line for Jack. Through 3 innings, 6 runs, 7 hits, as he heads to the dugout. And now Wyatt Adams coming out on the bump. Runners on first and second for the Sticks, no one out. And Wyatt talking to bigger staff. Folks, we just seem to have a bit of a technical issue for a few moments on the stream. But we seem to be back with you. I must have messed up something with my headset. So Wyatt Adams on the mound. Here in the top of the 4th, there are Sticks on first and second base. And no one out, and Wyatt Adams called in to alleviate this damage, try to get out of it. A 5-run lead, you never say never in summer ball, especially with a team like the Squatch. Always plenty capable of putting the runs together, plenty of baseball left to be played. That's the beauty of it after all, isn't it? But in order to do that, Wyatt needs to make sure that the damage stops here. In a 6-1 ball game in game 1 of 3. It is fireworks night this Friday evening. We are currently in game 4 of 6. 6 games in a row on this homestand. 3 against the Gym City Bison, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday nights. And then obviously tonight is game 1, extending all the way into the final game against the Sticks on Sunday afternoon. And after that, the Sasquatch are going to make their way back to Fremont. Our friends over in Nebraska, the Moo, for apparently just a 2-game set. So the Squatch trying to rack up as many wins as they possibly can before the short series in Fremont, and then another long 6-game trip back here at home. So we'll be able to look at Wyatt Adams, his first appearance in a few games. Good to see him out there against Corey Brownson, or excuse me, Austin Bunn, the designated hitter. And that one is going to be lifted foul. O'Brien looking for it, but Bachman calls it off just right past the right field line for out number 1. So 1 pitch, 1 out. As Bunn was 2 for 3 to this point. He's been plenty of trouble, as have a few of these other big stick hitters. But luckily he is retired, and now Cooper Dulick, the third baseman, with runners on first and second and now 1 out. And the pitch from Adams, taken for a strike 1. Dulick is playing at third tonight most of the time. He probably plays all across the infield. And the opening series against the Sticks earlier in the season, we saw him play short and second base. Now over at third. A man of many talents, Bachman. That is going to be a potential routine double play. As that one is grounded right up the middle. Bachman to Johnny. Johnny to O'Brien. 4-6-3 to retire the side. So, 2 more runs are added on to this lead for the Big Sticks in the top of the 4th. But the Squatch are looking to cut into it as we head to the bottom. Don't go anywhere. It is fireworks night. Squatch trying to put some fireworks in their bats. Game 1 of 3 back at Black Hills Energy Stadium. The Squatch are facing off against their longtime rivals, the Badlands Big Sticks from North Dakota. We've played them 6 times already to start the year. Why not add 3 more? They will be by far our most played opponent throughout the season as we end with a 5-game series back here to end the regular season. So the Sticks will be traveling to Black Hills Energy Stadium plenty throughout the rest of the year. And Drew Biggerstaff is ahead 2-0 on Devin Hernandez. As we said earlier, Hernandez, before tonight's game, made 1 appearance out of the bullpen for the Sticks, pitched a third of an inning, gave up a walk, and that's it. That's all we've seen, but through 3 innings, he's only surrendered 1 run on 3 hits, and he owns a 6-1 lead, courtesy of a hot Sticks lineup tonight. And Jack Hostetler, who has struggled with some hard luck losses in the past few games, had a little bit more of that tonight, at least through 3 innings. 2 errors, both of them being errors to lead off the inning, allowing runners to get on base. And it changed the entire momentum of the 3rd and 4th innings. So the Squatch are having to fire back, trying to do so, as Biggerstaff lifts that one way down the right field line, and that is going to be the second baseman coming all the way over to make the first out of the inning, Alex Erlob. So Squatch trying to keep this winning streak going. Had to put up some runs to do so. Their 3-game sweep was their longest winning streak of the season to this point. But they have yet been unable to really find an answer against Hernandez outside of the 1 run in the bottom of the 1st. It's been pretty easy going for Devin Hernandez. Hopefully not for long. And Harrison Clark, the designated hitter tonight. We always love seeing him in the lineup. From Snoqualmie, Washington, plays at Bellevue College. You've heard his name. If you tuned into any other stream, you've probably heard him in the booth. He was with us a couple of games ago, and we loved having him here. As there are just so many of these guys on this team who just change the energy completely. Positive people to be around, just a fun team atmosphere. And that's exactly what you need in baseball. I'd have to argue that the Spearfish Sasquatch roster is the most enjoyable to be around out of anyone else in this Independence League. Hot take? I don't think so. So now 1 out and nobody on for Harrison Clark against Hernandez. 2-1 count. Low and away in the dirt for ball 3. Nicky Winterstein on deck. And Hernandez readies to try to fight back in the count, but he is unable to do so. A 1-out walk to Harrison Clark. And as the PA announcer just said, not sure if you heard it, but the man from Columbia, South Carolina, Nicky Winterstein, stepping in with Clark on first after the walk. Always fun to watch. The bearded man, the Sasquatch himself. You cannot imagine Nicky Winterstein on any other team outside of the Spearfish Sasquatch. It wouldn't make sense. And he's looking to keep this inning going. That's something that we've seen that was such a different atmosphere, such a different idea for this Sasquatch offense. In the last 3 games, they have been putting the ball in play, whether bases loaded or not. Even with runners on third base, 2 outs, they have been able to attack and let these runs cross. And we hope that we have an extended inning here, as Hernandez just had a quick mound visit with Coach Cameron Johnson and Fisher behind the plate. As we said, this is his first start of the season, only his second appearance altogether. And a dangerous bat in Winterstein. 1 on, 1 out. The pitch. Taken low, there is no action in the Big Sticks bullpen, as they are letting this inning be completely given away to Hernandez with the 5-run lead. But the great thing about baseball, you don't have to score it all at once. Just allocate those runs across innings. And the Squatch are just trying to put it in play and do just that. 1 run on 3 hits and 2 errors, both of them being the leadoff errors in the 3rd and 4th inning. That really started the offensive momentum for the Sticks in both of the innings. But a few walks here and there, maybe a single, we're right back in this thing. And the bottom third of the lineup coming up with Winterstein batting 7th, and he is ahead 2-0. That one is taken, the fastball down the hatch for strike 1. So mostly a cloudy day here. There is a few traces of sunlight. Not many though, but luckily it appears that the rain is looking to hold off, at least for now. We hope that continues. We do not want a rained out fireworks night. We are not speaking it into existence. Not tonight. So Harrison Clark on first base. Bryson Hoyer, the center fielder tonight, in the on-deck circle. 2 balls, 1 strike from Hernandez. And that is going to just miss for ball 3. As I said earlier, it's going to be different for Hernandez and the rest of this pitching staff for the Big Sticks. This is not the same team that they saw in the first 6 games of the season. There's a different attitude about them. As Winterstein takes that walk, so now runners on first and second, 1 out. And Bryson Hoyer. So just as the Big Sticks put up 3 in the 3rd and 2 in the 4th, who's to say the Squatch aren't about to do the exact same in the bottom of the inning? And we have a few tossers doing a little soft toss in the bullpen for the Sticks. We have a few guys up as they are talking it over, trying to provide a little time for the guys in the pen. And Hernandez now has to face Hoyer, batting 8th, with runners on first and second. This is going to be the 5th game for Hoyer in a Sasquatch uniform. Very excited to have him here. As we are every other new addition to this team. It's so exciting to see who's going to be in the lineup, because you never know. Fired way away for ball 1. Earlier in the season, within the first probably about 3 weeks of the summer season, you pretty much knew exactly who was going to be starting where, because the Sasquatch did not have many alternatives on the bench, and now they have plenty to choose from. It is prime time June baseball. Mid-June and all of July are the fun months to watch, as most of these teams are at full strength or close to it. And now Hernandez is starting to see the effects of how patient the Squatch hitters can be. Runners on first and second, and now Hoyer has a lead on a 2-0 count. 2 balls, no strikes. The pitch from Hernandez. That one does find the edge of the plate for strike 1. And it appears it is going to be a perfect night for fireworks, as this game will be going late. Only the bottom of the 4th inning, and already an hour and a half into game time. It'll be all right if the Squatch if they continue to put up runs, though. We'll take that. Doesn't matter how long we'll be out here. We'd love to see a win. So the throw over to first just then to Calvillo. They're worried about Nicky Winterstein on the base paths. And now the 2-2 from Devin to Bryson Hoyer. The pitch. And that one is going to be grounded sharply but softly, as the feed to third is going to be safe. As the shortstop tried to make the play, but a great lead from Harrison from second as he slides into third safely. And now there is going to be a bit of a discussion between the third base. Or not, actually, that appears that is going to be Cam Johnson once more, the head coach, trying to talk it over with the ump. It was a bit of a low feed. Thurston just kind of tossed it over to Dulick at the third base bag, as that was another close play. And they're going to continue talking it over, but it doesn't appear that he's going to be able to change anybody's mind. So now bases loaded, 1 out. As the infield seemed to probably help us in that scenario. Slowed the ball down, so it wasn't so sharply hit. Allowed more time for Clark to get to third. And now Gabe Springer, the 9-spot hitter, to finish out the lineup for the Squatch with bases loaded. Would be a perfect opportunity for his 2nd home run of the season. Just a casual grand slam to close this gap. So a very important at-bat here. A great opportunity to drive some across for Springer, who is still looking to get that season started for him at the plate. Gabe's from Boulder, Colorado. He will be a freshman this year at Stanford University. He's only batting .167 to this point, as there is going to be a mound visit, and that is officially the end of the line tonight for Devin Hernandez. So he goes through 3 1/3 innings, only allowing 1 run, but he is responsible for all 3 runners on base. Bases loaded, and they are going to head to the pen. In the middle of the count with Gabe Springer, as they sensed that Devin potentially lost control, or starting to at least, and they did not want to risk it with a bat like Springer's. And I'm sure the head coach Cam Johnson was trying to think ahead as well, because right after Gabe, it does not get any easier. Starting right back over with Trey Vorwald to lead off the inning, and then you have Ryan Bachman if the inning were to continue. And Trey appears to be okay in the dugout, so we'd probably see him. So we will see who they were going to bring out of the dugout in just a few moments, as they are waiting from the pen. As the new pitcher for the Sticks is headed out. Can't get a number just yet, but we will have something for you as soon as possible. And it looks like it is going to be number 5, Kobe Crins. Now, if you remember, you might not remember, maybe I'm the only one who does, but in those first 6 games of the year, Kobe Crins started a lot at second base and short as well in a few of those games against the Squatch. And we also saw him pitch the 9th inning in a couple of those games, and now he is used as a reliable primary bullpen option. Oh, how things can change in summer ball. So with the interruption in the middle of the pitch count, 1 ball, no strikes, you could just feel the hesitancy from head coach Cam Johnson of the Sticks, not wanting to potentially give up any runs here. He knows, and I'm sure he has heard, how the Squatch can fire back. So Crins, standing 6 foot tall, the righty from Dickinson, North Dakota, not too far away, obviously. A Big Sticks local, goes to Dickinson State, and through 6 games pitched, he sports a 1.12 ERA, striking out 12. So Johnson, head coach Cam Johnson, wanting to make sure that he's trying to get out of this inning as fast as he can. Hopefully that's not the case. That one is fired outside for now. 2 balls, no strikes to Springer. Something that a few of the Squatch players were trying to tell me after the Idaho series before coming back against Gem City. They tried so hard with bases loaded opportunities just to be able to swing for the fences. As that one is swung deep out towards left center, and that one is gone over the left field wall next to the scoreboard. Gabe Springer, how do you do? What a play, what a hit. And this game, I called it. I don't know what I am doing, but I'm right on the predictions. The grand slam that Gabe Springer was looking for. His 2nd home run of the season. And the first grand slam of the year for the Squatch. This game is 6-5. 1 out. The dangers of bringing somebody in the middle of a pitch count. Springer was ahead 1-0. And then Kobe Crins is brought in and had 2-0 with 1 swing of a bat. And that one was lifted high. You could tell it was deep. Could not tell if it was gone. Landed right on top of the left field wall and fell over. And this is a new ball game as the crowd erupts. There's the firework offense. And now Coach Johnson sees it through. As that is going to be a soft grounder from Vorwald. And Crins feeds over with the underhand toss for out number 2. So now Squatch only down by 1. So I was saying earlier before the grand slam that they were just trying not to swing for the fences, being okay with getting runs here and there. But right as I said, that Springer did exactly that. I'm going to start calling him Swinger. That's a good play on words. As that one is outside for ball 1 to Ryan Bachman. A 4-run bottom of the 4th. Squatch have cut back into this deficit to make it a 1-run game. If you were just joining us, we are so happy you have. As Bachman gets that one in on the hands, and that was fouled back. Down the right field line. This is going to be an exciting one. A lot of offense already played, and we still have tonight, tomorrow, and Sunday afternoon. We can't wait for you to join us, whether here in the stadium or on the live stream. you'll be able to see more plays like Gabe Springer's. And that's the irony. He's batting ninth tonight. You have a dangerous bat like Springer's to round out the order. You know you are hitting well. So Kren's now ahead. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 Bachman. 5 runs on 5 hits now for the Squatch. The pitch. Up high, ball 2. And that's the resiliency that we haven't really been able to see throughout the first few weeks of the early season when bases were loaded. Maybe a swing and a miss or a double play would have gone into effect. The Squatch were just simply unable to drive across runs. But after a quick 1 out and then being able to load the bases, the Squatch dropped 4 runs in the bottom of the 4th, and that is going to be it for the 4th. But it is now just a 1-run lead for the Big Sticks. The Squatch are knocking on the door. As we will see who heads out. It looks probably going to be Wyatt Adams back on the mound. It's a whole new ball game, folks. Thanks for joining us tonight. Squatch down 6-5. Don't go anywhere.
All Balanced Bookkeeping, located right here in Spearfish, is your go-to place for all of your bookkeeping needs. Serving Spearfish for over 2 years, we have over 30 years of bookkeeping experience and can take care of any office tasks, large or small. Contact us now to get in touch with one of our many experienced bookkeepers.
A brand new ball game here in the top of the 5th inning as the Badlands Big Sticks have a 6-5 lead, but it looks a whole lot better than 6-1 after a grand slam from Gabe Springer with 1 out. And the bottom of the 4th put the Squatch right back into contention here tonight. And Wyatt Adams back on the mound, looking to give his offense a chance. Get through a few quick middle relief innings. And he is going to face off first against Alex Thurston, the shortstop, number 2, who's batting 7th. You got the bottom 3rd of the lineup for the Sticks. And that one is going to be grounded up the middle. And McHenry tries, but unable to get to it in time, as that one was hit sharply. So that is going to be a leadoff single. It's going to be a back and forth affair, folks. I want to go ahead and warn you now. When one team strikes, another one is going to do the exact same in retaliation. That's the best kind of baseball to watch. The Squatch have found their groove on the offensive end. And the Big Sticks have seemed to stay in stride since we've seen them first in the beginning of the season, as Jackson Fisher showed bunt, trying to put Alex Thurston over at second base. And that That is an 0-1 count. Nobody out. And this Black Hills Energy Stadium, the crowd is just revitalized. You can just tell. We haven't heard cheers that loud all year. Even in our walk-off against the Big Sticks in game 6 of 6 to start the year. I think Gabe Springer's grand slam did it to take the lead. As that one is a bit away. Biggerstaff, great job tonight of keeping it in front of him. So the Sticks are able to see what the Squatch are capable of now. You wouldn't have seen a grand slam like that earlier on in the year. The 1-1 fouled back as Alex Thurston had a great jump over to second, decides to make the run back as that was fouled off. So a quick 1-2 count now for Wyatt Adams. This is pretty cool. Wyatt Adams able to follow up his teammate on the mound, Jack Hostetler. Both of them are teammates at Whitman College, as Adams is from Seattle, Washington. And following up in relief behind Hostetler's inning. With bases loaded, Wyatt was able to get a 4-6-3 double play in the top of the fourth to keep it at a 6-1 ball game. And we are lucky now because we are only down by 1 as McHenry motions over a few feet and then catches the lazy infield fly for out number 2, or out number 1, excuse me. And Quade Peters, the beer batter tonight for the Sticks. As we always say, we'd love to see Quade strike out, because if so, everyone here gets a huge discount on their beer for the night. Would be fun to see. And Wyatt Adams throws hard. We know he can. A 6-5 ball game, 1 on, 1 out for the Sticks. Adams hoping to keep them at bay as that is a chopper over to Springer, and he's going to have another chance. And a much better throw over to O'Brien for out number 2. So Springer able to redeem himself after the errant throw from third earlier in the game tonight. And I think he redeemed himself just fine after the grand slam just a few moments ago. And now that is going to bring up Alex Erlob with 2 outs and a runner on second base. So Wyatt now through 1 2/3 innings. Alex Erlob is 1 for 3 on the night. Registered his first hit tonight against the Squatch, excuse me. Fouls that one off. As the sun is starting to finally peek through, we are finding the end of the clouds here. Apparently a few crazy storms throughout Spearfish, as it always tends to do throughout the month of June. But luckily enough, not able to land here at Black Hills Energy. We are very grateful for that. And it is turning to a beautiful night as Wyatt now ahead 1-2 on Erlob. Carson Lummark on deck, batting second tonight for the Sticks. And the field is starting to shine in a few places here and there, thanks to the sun. The 1-2 from Wyatt, as that one's going to get past Biggerstaff, and that is going to be allowing Alex Thurston to advance to third base. And now that count runs even, 2-2 once more. So we'll try again. We'll see what Adams throws him here. The pitch. Low and away, ball 3. Now count is full. It is now 8:23 p.m. here in South Dakota. It is going to be a long one tonight, folks, but it is an exciting one to say the least, as that one is lined up the middle again, and that is going to be able to bring a run home. So now a 7-5 lead for the Sticks, as there have been a few just lined off the mound up the middle. Hit way too sharply for Wyatt to be able to contribute. So now the Sticks, as we've said, it's going to be a back and forth affair, as it was through that first 6 games. Another great situational hitting team. They do not leave many runners on. That's why this will be potentially the most exciting series of the year so far for the Spearfish Sasquatch. We've seen that already. Through 4 2/3 innings tonight. And now Carson Lundmark with a lob on first base. No balls, 1 strike. And that can't find a strike zone, so now 1-1 count. We hope you're able to join us tomorrow night if you are around the Spearfish area for First Responders Night. We have a lot more coming to you about that, so if you are a first responder, we'd love to see you out here for a fun night of some weekend baseball. Saturday night, 6:35 first pitch in Game 2 against the Sticks. It is a toss-up tonight, but hopefully in favor of the good guys. 9 hits now, 7 runs. The 1-1, and that one is hit high. McHenry racing back and going to make the play over his head for out number 3. So a run crosses for the Big Sticks, but still a very manageable 2-run deficit to come back from. We just saw us come back and get back in this game after being down 6-1. 7-5 is a piece of cake. We'll see what we can do headed to the bottom of the 5th. Sticks on top, 7-5. You're watching Squatch Baseball.
New games every month at the Lodge. We are constantly updating our gaming floor with the latest fun games to keep our guests entertained with new games every month. For the freshest selection of...
So now a 7-5 ball game approaching 8:30 here in Spearfish. We are only in the bottom of the 5th. You know what that means. It is a fun night for some offense, as we start out with the heart of the order, Johnny McHenry, against Kobe Krins. His first look at Krins tonight, as Kobe was put in a very unfortunate position after Devin Hernandez started on the bump tonight for the Sticks. He went 3 1/3 and only had 1 run that he surrendered through to that point, but then was replaced halfway through his count against Gabe Springer with bases loaded. And so Kobe had to come in, and he fell victim to a grand slam from Gabe Springer. The 9-place hitter hitting tonight for the Squatch. And as I said a few minutes ago, batting 167, not for too long. And that's evident by the swing in his bat. Now on his outside for ball 1. Now a 1-2 count against McHenry. Johnny's 0 for 2 tonight, but hitting .305. So you feel comfortable letting him lead off or hitting third, because he will get on base. And the 1-2 from Kobe. And that one is going to be lined. And that was going to be off the glove of the second baseman, and Johnny McHenry going to have a lucky hop off the glove of Alex Erlob, and that is going to be a leadoff single to start the inning. A 7-5 ball game, and now the tying run up at the plate in the form of Keenan O'Brien, who we know he's very capable of doing just that. He had the first run cross for the Squatch tonight after his double. He took one deep out to the batter's eye, all the way at the warning track, and Quade Peters tried to make the catch, but off the glove. It was just too high. And he told me earlier, he said, don't worry, I'm getting under him just a bit on my pitches, but I feel really good about how I'm squaring him up. It's only a matter of time. And I go, I believe you. You've already squared up on plenty so far during your time with the Squatch. And he did it in that first inning. As he's 1 for 2 tonight, takes a big hack at it for strike 1. So this one has lived up to the billing so far, and we're only in the 5th. A 7-5 ball game. First grand slam here at Black Hills Energy. It is going to be a back and forth affair. You can feel it. There was a lot of tension between the two teams throughout the first 6 games, as both teams were obviously looking for a change of scenery to start the year. You want to see somebody else, but having to play 3 in North Dakota and then come back and play 3 in South Dakota, emotions were running high. So maybe a little bit of drama here and there. Drama in summer ball. It's not the craziest thing in the world. As O'Brien was one of the late additions to this team, can play catcher. And over at the first base bag is where he is tonight. And he takes that one low for ball 4. Now runners on first and second. Kobe Krenz just issued a walk after giving up that single to McHenry. And Drew Biggerstaff batting 5th tonight. It's funny to see Biggerstaff following O'Brien. 2 potential catchers back to back, batting 4th and 5th in the order tonight. Keenan batting .285, and Drew Biggerstaff having some luck himself as he shows bunt, and the infield shades inward in the case that happens. But Biggerstaff pulls back for ball 1. Drew's batting .307. You love that in your 5 spot in a lineup. Takes that fastball for strike 1. As Krenz is through 2/3 of an inning and had a shaky, how do I say it? A rude awakening when he stepped up on the mound. Looking to bounce back from that, as this lead has trimmed considerably to 7-5 in favor of the Sticks. So Biggerstaff in a 1-2 count. Harrison Clark, the DH, on deck. And the pitch. Fouled off. We will try it again. Swung on. So good news, just to encourage you to be able to join us for tomorrow's game and Sunday. Today was the only rainy day of the week. Tomorrow it is a high of 64. No cloud in the sky according to the forecast. And that was going to be a high chopper over 2. Short, he feeds to second, and the throw over not in time as Biggerstaff's able to beat it out, but that is able to advance the runner. McHenry to third. So now runners on the corners and 1 out. And this inning is going to continue as Harrison Clark batting 6th. As he is going to try to cut this lead even more. In any opportunity like this, you have to be able to be aggressive but also be smart. Very difficult thing to do in baseball. As he takes that first pitch for a called strike. And the difference between now and earlier in the year is that plenty of times the Squatch will get behind in their counts, maybe even work it to a full count, but then a fastball would just blow it right by him and it would be a swing and a miss to win the inning. Haven't seen a lot of that lately. And I definitely hope I am not speaking that into fruition. As he throws back to Biggerstaff. Kobe's worried about Drew on the base paths. Nicky Winterstein on deck. Winterstein drove in 2 in last night's game against the Bison. A high chopper over the third base bag. Was able to score Keenan O'Brien and Carson Green. We'd love to see the inning continue so he can have a chance. But first, Krenz has to get through Harrison Clark, and not an easy task. With runners on base this year, Clark has been one of the best for this Squatch offense. The 2-1. Fouled back. So we will try again. We love to see this. This is potentially, we have it on record, this looks to be the second largest crowd that we've had so far this season, right behind opening day. Haven't seen a crowd like that in a long time. Still great numbers night in and night out here in Spearfish, the 2-2. And that one can't find the zone. Now it is a interesting situation for Kobe Krenz as he has runners on first and third, 1 out, and is now in a full count, in danger of potentially loading the bases once more. And Clark, not afraid to take his walk, will do so. The payoff pitch, fouled back again. So much fun to be able to see this lineup. Foul off pitch after pitch, be more selective. You can see Harrison Clark from a mile away with those neon gloves of his. The pitch again. Fouled off, and as you've seen, Harrison not shying away until he finds that perfect pitch. And Krenz is going to have to be very selective with what he does here. You can't just throw something to these Squatch hitters and hope they'll swing and miss. They have not been doing much of that at all. The 3-2. As that one is hit out towards center field. And Peters is going to be able to get it, but not before McHenry races home. And now this is a 7-6 game. But it appears they made the appeal over just to see if McHenry maybe might have left third before the ball was caught. but no could do. Appeal no good, and it is now still a one-run game. So that run that the Big Stick scored off of Wyatt Adams' last inning is canceled out, and Nikki Winterstein has a chance to potentially put the Squatch in the lead. A 7-6 ball game with Biggerstaff still over at first base, and Biggerstaff's going to steal. He's going to try it, and he is going to be in time. A great dart from behind the plate takes care of Biggerstaff on the aggressive steal attempt to second, but that is not before a sac fly from Harrison Clark and a great battle against Kobe Krins. Scores McHenry from third, and the Squatch get that run right back. Big Stick still on top, 7-6. It is fireworks night, and what an offensive performance it is. We're having fun with you as we head to the top of the sixth inning. I'm Winnie Andrews, voice of the Squatch. Be right back.
New games every month at the Lodge. We are constantly updating our gaming floor with the latest fun games to keep our guests entertained with new games every month. For the freshest selection of slot machines in town, make the Lodge at Deadwood your gaming destination. The locals' choice for gaming excitement with the newest games is the Lodge at Deadwood Gaming Resort.
And live with you back here in deep in Sasquatch territory. The Squatch are battling it against the Badlands Big Sticks here in the top of the sixth inning. Wyatt Adams back out for his third inning of relief after backing Jack Hostetler after a bit of a shaky start, but the Sasquatch offense is fired right back to keep this a one-run game. As Adams is battling it against Derek Calvillo, the first baseman. The 0-1 gets past Biggerstaff behind the plate. If you are just joining us, it is fireworks night here. A Friday night game. We love having these throughout the summer season. As that one is lined straight to Bachman. Secures it softly under the, fits the glove right under the ball. 4 out, number 1. As that was a soft liner straight to the Bachman, and now we had to Corey Brownson, the left fielder, batting cleanup. Calvillo is 2 for 4 on the night. He's had plenty of damage already. So it was huge to be able to have Wyatt get rid of him here in the top of the 6th. So it is fireworks here, and even though it is the top of the 6th inning, we are nowhere near done with this game. We've had plenty of fireworks on both offensive ends for both teams tonight. So if you are here in attendance or watching on the live stream, you are getting plenty of action before the actual fireworks start. So Wyatt with a 1-1 count to Brownson. Fires that one. Fastball. Brownson gets just a piece of it for a 1-2 count. Brownson plays at MSU Billings. A teammate back at Billings with Carson Green, the center fielder usually for the Squatch, as Bryson Hoyer unable to find that one in the lights. And an unfortunate route. That one goes back to the track. He bobbles it, and they're going to try for 3. And that is going to be a stand-up triple. After that one found a gap in left center. And now the Big Sticks are back in business. It just seems to be whatever happens, whatever the Squatch do, the Sticks are one step in front. One step ahead tonight. And that one was probably going to drop either way, as it was hit hard and did find the gap. But it appeared that Hoyer might have had a play. And now he stays shaded to the left. Now with a runner on third, 1 out. Austin Bunn, the designated hitter, and for a reason, he is 2 for 3 tonight. There have been 10 hits for the Sticks in tonight's game. The Squatch have had 6 runs on 6 hits, 2 errors that proved costly, as both of the errors came home for runs in the 3rd and 4th innings. And that one is going to be fouled. Straight into, right on top of the booth. We heard that one. And so now Wyatt is ahead 1-2. A strikeout here would be huge. Keep this a 1-run game. Not even give them the opportunity to advance that runner from third. We'll see what he throws. 1-2. Swing and a miss. Swung on 4. Strike 3 and out number 2 of the top of the 6th. A great pitch from Wyatt Adams. Retires Austin Bunn. Now he goes 2 for 5. And Cooper Dulick, the third baseman, the final hope here in the top of the 6th, to score Brownson from third. And that one is taken outside for ball 1. So outside of the Sasquatch offense, the rotation has been something to really brag about, really get excited for the remainder of the year, as they could not seem to find any momentum throughout the first month of the season. And it really hasn't seemed to really start clicking until halfway through that Idaho series against the Canyon County Spuds. Firing more strikes with confidence, not walking as many batters, blowing it past them, not being afraid to attack directly, not pitching around the zone. And opposing offenses have not been enjoying it, as the Squatch starting rotation and the bullpen have fared well. And Adams now in a 3-1 count to Dulick. The pitch taken inside for ball 4. So now runners are going to be on the corners. And the inning continues as the threat will come up to Alex Thurston, the shortstop. But the same can also be said for the Sasquatch hitters. When the pitching it seemed to be sort of a key thing every game. Day in and day out, the Squatch would have great starts on the mound, but unfortunately would just fall short after one really bad inning. And the rest of it was great. And the offense was unable to catch up. And that's where we've seen a lot of growth through the starting lineup night after night. In a 6-1 ball game to start out the year, I probably wouldn't have been confident in a come from behind victory. But now this is anybody's game. It is a toss-up. The 1-0 to Thurston. And that one is taken for ball 2. As we said, the Big Sticks are a very disciplined team, 15-8 on the year. Squatch are at 8-16. Winning this series, heck, maybe sweeping it if we can. Would be great. But first we have to get through and worry about runners on first and third, and Wyatt Adams behind 3-0. Against the 7-spot hitter for the Sticks tonight. And the pitch. Outside. Ball 4, now runners on all 3 bases. Bases are juiced. And Adams doing all he can to keep this a 1-run ball game. It doesn't appear that there is any action in the Squatch bullpen. Coach Tanner Hill is going to let this be Wyatt's inning. He has pitched well to this point, going 2 2/3, only surrendering 1 run. As the Sticks have still put up a run on Adams, but have definitely seemed to struggle a bit more. They seem to have the number for Jack Hostetler tonight in his start, which is very ironic considering Jack's been dealing, especially in his last 3 outings, going at least 6 innings in all 3, including an 8-inning gem in a win against the Fremont Moo during last homestand. But that is baseball. You can't throw a gem every night. And everyone knows that. But now Jackson Fisher, who's catching behind the plate tonight for the Sticks, has bases loaded with 2 outs, and that one is going to be a soft grounder as Springer is charging and throws it out of the glove in time for out number 3, and this is still a 1-run ball game. The Squatch are looking to change that right now. They want to take the lead. This game is fun, folks. We are glad you're here with us. Sticks have a 7-6 lead, hopefully not for long. Let's get these bats going. We'll be right back with you. I'm Wayne Andrews, voice of the Squatch, excuse me. And welcome back. It is a one-run affair here in the bottom of the 6th inning. The Squatch are looking to make that a different number as they look to potentially tie this game or take the lead. It has been back and forth all night. And Nikki Winterstein batting 7th tonight for your Squatch. We got 7, 8, 9 as he is going to find a gap. That one is hit deep out at the warning track, and Winterstein is charging around second, and he is going to stop there with a stand-up double. As he is celebrating to the dugout, making his motions, and that's how you get the inning started. The Squatch bats are hungry. They are looking for their 4th win of the year in a row. The longest winning streak so far after sweeping the Bison last night. Why not start out game 1 against the Big Sticks, one of our dearest and biggest rivals. Why don't you send them home with a game 1 win? Squatch are trying to do that tonight, as that one is going to be a steal for Nikki Winterstein, and not even an attempt from the catcher behind the plate, Jackson Fisher. Fisher probably wasn't trying to risk a throw that would have gotten past third and let Winterstein score. I'm having trouble with my words tonight, folks. I hope that you take it easy on me. Don't know what it is, and maybe I'm just too excited for tonight's game because it's been fun so far. Hoyer is going to be retired over at first after a very strong throw from Cooper Dulick, as Winterstein was trying to mess around a few minutes over at the third base bag. Wanted to throw Dulick off guard, and Dulick waited until the last possible second to fire that one across the diamond to Calvillo for the first out. As Gabe Springer, the culprit from that 4-run 4th inning, batting 9th tonight, responsible for that grand slam that gave us only a 1-run deficit. We'd love to see another one of those right now, as he represents the run that takes the lead tonight. And Kobe Krenz is still out on the mound. As he is now officially through 2 innings of work. Winterstein over at third, and Gabe Springer ahead 2-0. The pitch swung on for strike 1. And Winterstein will do anything he can to distract over at third base, trying to get the attention of Kobe Krenz. Anything works. Springer batting 166, grounds that one over. And a great stop from the second baseman keeps Nikki over at third base. So that is going to be a quick 2 outs on the infield. And great defense from the Sticks to be able to keep it in front of him and not let Winterstein advance after he made it to third with no one out. And now Trey Vorwald looking to perform some magic, trying to tie this ball game. Don't want to waste an opportunity with Winterstein on third. Six runs, 7 hits for the Squatch to this point. The pitch to Trey. Finds the zone for strike 1. Official numbers for attendance tonight, 560. Even on a night where it was supposed to be raining. 7 o'clock, there was a 70% chance of rain. But the Squatch faithful never seem to care. They are there out day in, day out to be able to watch baseball and watch their team. As Vorwald is now ahead, or behind, 0-2. Way outside for ball 1. So this is officially recorded as the second largest attendance we have so far at home this year, behind the subtle 768 in attendance for opening day. And that was quite the crowd. And that one is going to hit Vorwald apparently on the elbow. He is not happy about it. And that is going to be a long walk to first. Hopefully he is okay. He has just been rattled tonight. After that fall over in left field where he apparently lost his footing and then having to get beamed on the inside. With that pitch from Kobe Krenz. Now runners on the corners, but man, if you can't feel for Trey Vorwald tonight, he has taken the punishment for the team. And now Ryan Bachman, the 2-hole hitter. Mr. South Dakota. The last hope as he grounds that one just foul down the third base line. McHenry is waiting on deck. And hopefully we'll be able to see him as there are 2 outs and runners on first and third. And 1 strike to Ryan Bachman. Bachman from Rapid City, South Dakota. Only about 45 minutes from beautiful Spearfish. Not a long drive at all. Plays at Minnesota State University, Mankato, the 0-1. And that one is taken forward, called strike 2, and now Krenz is ahead. With no balls, 2 strikes. And Ryan wanting to extend the inning. Two outs, runners on first and third. The pitch. Outside. Fisher is very mobile behind the plate, able to reach a lot of pitches that some catchers might not be able to. And he's had to reach out for a few so far tonight. Ryan's 1 for 3, hopefully about to be 2 for 4. And that one is grounded over to third. And Ryan's trying to race it out at first, but not in time. After that was another tricky hop and a little bobble over from third baseman Cooper Dulick, but he's able to fire across once more. A few good throws from the sticks to protect their 1-run lead. But we had 2 the top of the 7th. A lot of ball left to be played as Six have a 7-6 lead. Added to the 7th. Here we go. Don't go anywhere. And welcome back to Black Hills Energy Stadium at 9:03 p.m. This has been a long one, but absolutely an exciting one to say the least. A 7-6 ball game in favor of the Sticks right now. But Wyatt Adams on the mound, firing some very effective relief innings for the Squatch, trying to keep this a one-run ball game. Not an easy task against a team like the Big Sticks, but he has done a great job so far. And that one is taken up for ball 2. So now 3 innings pitched for Wyatt Adams, looking to go into his 4th here in the 7th. A 2-0 to Quade Peters, the 9-hole hitter. And that one is going to be lined past Johnny into left field. And Vorwald is going to try to recover. Slips again in left field. He is just not having a fun night over there. But that one did not seem to bother him too much, as he gets to it in time and holds him to a single. But now the lineup's going to roll over, and that means Alex Erlob, the second baseman, who's made some very nice defensive plays over at second, leading off tonight. And now with a runner on first with nobody out. 11 hits, 7 runs for the Sticks, and a bunt attempt, as that one is fouled just a bit, and Springer runs over to that one. So Erlob is trying to advance Peters. We know he's very speedy, playing center field, easily capable of stealing. So Adams on the mound is going to have to be very careful with Quaid on the base paths. The 0-1. And that one unsuccessful once more. Erlob is bunting. Both of them have been popped a bit. Has not been able to get one down yet. So we'll see if he continues to try to go with the bunt here on an 0-2. And the pitch from Adams, as he's looking back at Quaid. Fires over, not in time. But a good idea. You do not want Peters being greedy at first. Got to keep him honest somehow. No balls, 2 strikes. Again, 2. Erlob, and Peters is going to try to steal. And the throw from Biggerstaff, as McHenry and Bachman both collapse, as Biggerstaff overthrew that one just a bit. And luckily, Peters did not advance to third base. So that is exactly what he can do. Even if that was a direct throw straight to Bachman over at second, it would have been a very close call. So Peters on second now, but back to our regularly scheduled program. A 1-2 count to Alex Erlob. The pitch is fouled off again. So obviously now you won't be able to see him. You don't imagine he'll be trying for bunt after his first 2 attempts went foul. And now Peters on second. The 1-2. And a great stop from Biggerstaff to keep that one from getting past him. It's going to take a moment to go out and talk it over with Wyatt to strategize. Biggerstaff from Kent, Washington, plays at Everett Community College, hitting above 300 on his year. As we are in the middle of a 7-6 ball game. Sticks on top. And nobody out, with Quade Peters, a speedy runner on second. The even count. Swing and a miss. And that's how you take care of him. A great call from Biggerstaff and Adams, talking it over and going with that tricky pitch. That went away from Erlob, and hard to lay off of those. So Carson Lundmark now stepping in, batting second with one out, and the runner still on second base. But a big first out for Wyatt Adams. And that one is going to be lined out into right field. Keenan O'Brien tried his hardest to jump for it, but a great route from Nicky Winterstein to cut it off in time and right and keep Quade Peters over at third. So now runners on the corners, but this sets up a potential double play. We've seen one of them with Wyatt on the mound tonight, but now we're going to talk it over once more. Tanner Hill's going out on the mound. And it does not look like we'll be able to see potential double play with Adams, as this is going to be the end of the night for him as well. After going 3 1/3 innings of 5-hit, 1-run relief. A good night for Wyatt Adams on the mound, keeping us in this game. Firing off in many tough situations tonight, one of them with bases loaded to come in after Jack Hostetler left in the 4th. So it's looking like it is going to be the new pitcher on the mound, Dylan Ritchie, trying to shut down this threat and keep it a 1-run ball game here in the top of the 7th. Ritchie, the righty from South Dakota, pitches at South Dakota State University. This will be his 7th appearance of the year. And one of the shutdown guys that we love seeing. He's done a great job so far this year. And he's thrown into another hostile situation. Runners on the corners, just one out against a hot-hitting Big Sticks offense. Well, we've seen it happen before against the Gym City Bison. In Game 2, Ritchie came in with the runners on the bases and one out in the 9th in a 2-run game, and was able to strike out the next 2 batters to retire the side. So we know that he is fully capable of it, but he does have his work cut out for him with Derek Calvillo, the 3-hole hitter, and rightfully so. As Calvillo has had a great summer season. A 1-run ball game, 12 hits now for the Big Sticks. Hopefully that's all we see this inning, as Calvillo shows bunt, and that ball gets away from Biggerstaff as he tried to throw out the runner at second, excuse me. But Lundmark able to beat it out. So now runners on second and third, the double play out of the way as the count evens 1-1. And the pitch from Ritchie to Calvillo. Bit of a half-hearted swing in on the hands. Fouled it right next to the Squatch dugout. And now Dylan's ahead 1-2. A huge out to get here. And with the way that Dylan throws, a strikeout is very possible on Calvillo. The 1-2 outside. As now it is a 2-2 count. So runners on second and third. The pitch, just a bit low for ball 3. Now this count is full. And Richie has to make a good pitch. That was a great idea last pitch. Derek did not bite. So we'll see what he chooses here. The full count payoff pitch. Swing and a miss for the second out of the 7th inning. A great pitch from Dylan. He went with the heat. And that sits down Derek Calvillo with Corey Brownson coming up, the cleanup hitter. A huge spot to be able to come in for Dylan and retire the 3-hole hitter in Calvillo. And now with 2 outs, anything but a hit will work. So we'll see what Richie decides to do. Taken inside 4, strike 1 on Brownson. Richie sporting that 2.08 ERA through 13 innings pitched and 16 strikeouts. We'd love to make it 17. The 0-1 swung on. Strike 2. An 0-2 count, 2 outs. A 1-run ball game in to the top of the 7th inning. Dylan Richie trying to close the door and keep this game within 1 run. And he is ahead 0-2. The pitch. And that one is hit high. Right out towards Bachman and Winterstein. And there's a whole crowd of them out towards shallow center. Winterstein cuts it off. And that is going to be out number 3. So a huge place to come in. Dylan Richie retires the next 2 batters with runners on second and third, 1 out against a very, very good Sticks offense as we are entering the stretch. But don't go anywhere. We have a very, very, very good and hot Sasquatch offense to try to take this lead back in the bottom of the 7th. We have officially entered the stretch, ladies and gentlemen. We are so glad you're here with us deep in Squatch territory. Don't go anywhere.
Do you know the locals' choice for gaming excitement? It's the Lodge at Deadwood Gaming Resort. With new games arriving every month, our selection of slot machines is the freshest in town. You can always find a game with our card tables open 24 hours a day. And parking is free and easy at the Lodge, with the area's largest free parking only steps away from our front door. Enjoy spacious and comfortable gaming at the Lodge at Deadwood, the locals' choice.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, baseball fans everywhere, to the bottom of the 7th inning. Game 1 of 3 against the Badlands Big Sticks. And the Squatch are down 7-6. It's a 1-run affair. And your Spearfish Sasquatch are trying to take this lead for the first time tonight. They've been playing catch-up for the most part, but it doesn't take long. Just a bloop and a blast, if only it were as easy as that. With Kobe Crins on the mound for another inning of work against Johnny McHenry, who is batting third tonight. as Krenz is now through 2 2/3. And ahead an 0-2 count now. The pitch to McHenry. Taken low. Both coaches tonight have been trying to get as much as they possibly can out of the pitchers in the bullpen. After Jack Hosteller only was able to go 3 tonight, Wyatt Adams came in and backed him up for 3 1/3, only surrendering 1 run. And we might see Dylan Ritchie next inning. Why not? After going with a strikeout and a high pop fly to get out of a very, very critical 7th inning. So now the count is even at 2-2 against McHenry as he's trying to fight back into it. The pitch, and he is going to line that one over to second base for out number 1.
Next up for the Sasquatch, the first baseman is Keenan O'Brien.
So now Keenan O'Brien stepping back in, batting cleanup tonight for the Squatch. Kobe Krenz has officially gone 3 innings of relief after Devin Hernandez went 3 1/3, giving up 4 runs. And a big hack at that one from Keenan O'Brien. So no balls, 1 strike, and 1 out, nobody on for the Squatch. And a very close and exciting 1-run game. And now finds the inside corner of the zone for strike 2. Keenan O'Brien from Broomfield, Colorado, plays at Corbin University. He's enjoyed his time with the Squatch so far. We'd love to see him get a hit here, the 0-2. But not to be, as that one is swung on for strike 3. And that is going to be a quick first 2 outs for Kobe Krenz on the mound. And Drew Biggerstaff stepping up to the plate with 2 outs and no one on. So this series is going to have it all. Obviously, outside of the fireworks later tonight, we've seen plenty of them already through this game. But there can be a lot taken from this series. We are going to learn a lot about the big sticks at this point in the season and how the Squatch respond to them. As Biggerstaff lets one ride a high fly ball into left center as Peters cuts it off for out number 3. So we have 2 more innings of work, 2 more innings to get that run back and maybe tie this game or take the lead. It is a 7-6 ball game favoring the Big Sticks as we head to the top of the 8th. We'll be right back with you. You are watching Squatch Baseball on the YouTube live stream. And welcome back with us here at Black Hills Energy Stadium at the 9:24 p.m. minute as we are approaching 9:30. Almost a 3-hour game, and we are only in the top of the 8th. This game's been a bit longer, but it has been nothing short of exciting. As Dylan Ritchie's out for another inning of work after closing down the 7th. Putting up a goose egg on the scoreboard after there were runners on second and third with only 1 out. He took care of business, and obviously that is going to earn him at least one more inning. Coach Hill's being pretty lenient on the bullpen guys so far, but tonight he let Wyatt Adams go the distance, 3 1/3 of great relief. And now Dylan Ritchie for the 8th and maybe the 9th. He knows that both teams are going to have to use their bullpen plenty throughout this game away, especially with the way both offenses have been swinging the bat. You might be in for a bunch of long games this weekend, folks. As Ritchie is now the 2-2 count. And that one is hit miles high. McHenry rushing over down the left field line and catches it close to foul territory for the first out of the inning. And now Cooper Dulick, the third baseman, stepping in with 1 out. That was Austin Bunn. And that first at bat with Ritchie. If he hit that ball as far as he did high, that probably would have been a home run. Definitely one of the higher fly balls we've seen to this point this season. As that is now a 1-1 count to Dulick. Cooper attends MSU Billings as well, so he joins in on the fun with Corey Brownson, a Big Sticks teammate who also attends Billings, as well as Carson Green, as we mentioned earlier, for the Sasquatch. You have to love summer ball. It is always fun to see who ends up on which team. And now Ritchie back in the count, 2-2. And Dulick is from Encinitas, California, the hometown of Jack Hostetler, the starting pitcher for the Squatch tonight. As that one is fouled over. So we will try now with the full count to Dulick. The pitch. Fouled off once more. And so now we'll try again with the 3-2. The pitch. As that one is going to be a soft grounder. McHenry trying to charge, but a terrible hop right off the chest is going to give Dulick an infield single. So now 13 hits on the night. And Alex Thurston stepping in. Both teams are going to get their due in hits. Just a matter of who prevails in the end. But right now, the Sticks hold that 1-run lead. 7-6 ball game, and now Cooper Dulick on first with 1 out. And that one fires inside to Thurston for ball 1. So Ritchie with a runner on first, the 1-0. Now one is grounded over, and that is going to get past Springer at third and fired into left field. A hard grounder, and Springer dove for it, but not in time. A hard play to make, very difficult. And with Duelik speed probably, or Thurston speed, excuse me, probably would not have been able to make out the throw anyway. So we have approached the bottom third of the lineup. Jackson Fisher, the catcher, with one out, and now runners on first and second. And Richie in a bit of trouble himself now. After inheriting two runners on second and third last inning, he got out of it without allowing either of them to score. He wants to do that again right now against the 8-spot hitter Fisher. The 0-1. And that is going to be a bloop. Ryan Bachman tries and makes an incredible catch for out number 2. He had that one sniffed out immediately, knew exactly where he was going, and ran the perfect route, backtracking and making the catch. The Sticks have had plenty of bloop shots tonight into the shallow outfield, and Bachman made sure that that was not going to fly. So now 2 outs and runners still on first and second, and Quade Peters, the center fielder. If he strikes out tonight, he is the beer batter. Striking out will make the Sasquatch crowd get 50% off their beer tonight. "14 hits, 7 runs for the Sticks. No errors to their name to this point. And the 0-1 from Richie. High and inside, ball 1. Peters is 1 for 4. He's batting .200 on the year with 8 runs driven in. The 1-1 fouled back. So 1 through 9 very similarly to the Sasquatch. The Big Sticks are able to put it in play. A very contact-heavy team. Do not strike out often. As Dylan Ritchie is now ahead, 1 ball, 2 strikes, and trying to sit down Quade Peters. We'll see if he can. The foul ball once more. So not one person has left Black Hills Energy tonight, as we are 30 minutes from 10 o'clock on this Friday night. Obviously, they're wanting to see the fireworks. Would be so much better to watch it following a Sasquatch victory. As that off speed is going to be called for a ball now, an even count at 2. So runners on first and second. And Richie to Peters. Deuce is wild. The pitch. And the dirt again for ball 3. So now a full count with Alex Erlob looming in the on-deck circle. He's been playing second base tonight, and he is the leadoff hitter for the Sticks. So Richie looking over at second. His payoff pitch. Fouled again. We are just going to continue this battle to see who budges first. Will it be Richie or Peters? Hopefully the latter of the two. So the pitch, and that one is going to be a bloop, but straight to Nicky Winterstein and right as that hangs up for a while for out number 3. So Dylan Ritchie, another inning of scoreless relief, giving the Squatch Bats ample opportunity to come through, maybe tie or take the lead. That would be nice. Headed to the bottom of the 8th. Squatch down 1. We just finished doing the YMCA here in the bottom of the 8th inning as the Squatch are trying to provide some late inning magic to potentially upset these Badlands Big Sticks from North Dakota in game 1 of 3. Would be huge. And we are so glad to have you here with us tonight. I am Win Andrews, the voice of the Squatch. We're having a good time tonight. Could be even better if the Squatch find a way to take this lead right back from the Big Sticks, as they are up 7-6. Squatches have a run to drive across. Very capable of doing so. And Harrison Clark is leading off the inning. So our 6, 7, 8 hitters, that is Clark, Nicky Winterstein, and Bryson Hoyer here in the 8th. As he fouls that one. We'd love to see you tomorrow at 6:35 for game 2 of this matchup, as well as the Sunday matinee at 4 o'clock that afternoon. The 1-2 from Kobe Krenz, who was out there for another inning. As we said, both teams want to get as much as they can out of their guys on the mound tonight, especially out of the bullpen, knowing that the rest of these arms are going to have to be rested up. It is going to be an offensive attack for the next 2 games, as seen very evident tonight. Clark locked in with an even count against Kobe Krenz, his pitch, and that one is going to find the inside part of the zone, and that is going to freeze Harrison Clark for out number 1. That was a very good pitch from Kobe Krenz. Didn't look like a strike at first. Found its way into the zone at the very last second. And after that strikeout, as there is action in the bullpen, this is going to be the end of the line for Kobe Krenz, as he, as well as Wyatt Adams and Dylan Ritchie to this point, had another great appearance out of the pen. 4 innings, 3 hits, 2 runs given up. And he leaves this game with 1 out in the bottom of the 8th. So we'll be seeing who the new guy coming out of this Big Sticks pen is to face off against Nicky Winterstein. And we will see who that is. Can't tell yet. It's getting a bit chilly tonight, as it is now 61 degrees. We haven't had this temperature in a few games, to say the least. It has been very hot. But as we said, tomorrow for the game, you are good to go. Come on out to the field. 64 degrees is the high and completely sunny, as well as Sunday and 72. No cloud in the sky, at least for now. And that is pending, depending on how crazy the Spearfish weather decides to get that day. So Nicky Winterstein getting his first few looks at the new pitcher on the mound, Logan Fragamini. Here with one out and no one on for the Sasquatch. So now Winterstein trying to get on base, followed by Bryson Hoyer and maybe Gabe Springer, if the inning allows us to extend that far, as he is batting ninth. Would be huge to have the top of the lineup all ready to go in the bottom of the ninth here in a one-run game. We've seen some late inning magic before. Folks, we've seen this Sasquatch team overcome a 5-run game in the top of the ninth in a game in Hastings, Nebraska, against the Sodbusters. Won that one in extras. There's plenty of heart in this Spearfish lineup. A one-run affair. It is a toss-up. It can go either way. So we thank you for watching it with us tonight. That's Fragamini's first pitch. Bit outside for ball one. 14 hits, 7 runs for the Big Sticks. And the Squatch have 6 runs behind 7 hits and 2 errors. And outside of tonight, obviously with the errors, a couple of them to add to the scoreboard tonight for the Squatch, they've played a lot better defensively. A huge aspect. That plays a huge part in a team's success. When you're playing sloppy defensively, ample of opportunities for the opposing offense. And as we saw tonight, that was true once more, as Winterstein fouls that one out of play. Count is now even at 2. Those 2 errors both led off the inning when Jack Hostetler was on the mound. And both throws, one from third to first and one from short, both went over the head of Keenan O'Brien over at the first base bag, eventually leading to the Sticks scoring 2 runs off of those, as that one is a tricky hop. And Nicky Winterstein is going to be safe at second. We've seen plenty of that. The infield is playing tricks on both teams respectively tonight, as that seemed to be a routine play over there for the second baseman, Alex Erlob. And just at the last second, must have been a divot from maybe a cleat in the dirt. The ball goes the other way, right off the glove, and that was good. It just trickled over into right field. But you can't be picky about how you get a hit in baseball, because now the potential winning run is up in Bryson Hoyer. Takes a big hack swings for the fences on a nice pitch from Fragamini for strike 1. So no balls, 1 strike. Winterstein on first. And Winterstein is halfway off the bag, and he gets caught. And that is going to be a tag out, as he got way too far off the base path for out number 2. So tough luck there as Bryson Hoyer now bats with bases empty. And that was just good awareness from Fisher and Calvillo over at first base. And Hoyer did not want that one, but swung on it anyway. That'd be the worst feeling in the world. That half-hearted check swing, tries to go around, and he knowing he does, kicks himself for a second, and now steps back in. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch, and that one is going to be hit out towards left field, and it is going to drop for a shallow left field single. The Sticks have had plenty of those. It was about time if we had one go our way. So Hoyer gets just a piece of it, and now Gabe Springer, the 9-hitter with 2 outs and 1 on first base. So at the very least, with 2 outs here, even if the inning were to end after Springer, the Squatch still have their 1, 2, 3 guys to start the 9th inning. So not an easy stretch for these Big Sticks pitchers by any means. And if you've just joined us, Gabe Springer with the grand slam in the bottom of the 4th inning to put us within 1 run in the first place, as that one is going to get past Hoyer as he slides and doesn't realize that that one got way behind Fisher at the backstop. He probably could have taken 3. Or taken to third, excuse me. He would not have come home on that play. A wild pitch from Fragamini. What a night for Friday baseball. You gotta love it. Plenty of action. The 2-0. Taken low. So now 3 balls, no strikes. Trey Vorwald on deck, ready. As it appears, that is going to be an intentional walk. Springer will take first base, and they're going to take their chance on Trey Vorwald. That seemed to be a decision on the mound, and as Fragamini got ahead 3-0, he saw how that worked. Last time that a Big Sticks pitcher was behind to Gabe Springer, he took them deep over the left field wall, and I mean deep. So probably trying to think ahead, play it smartly, and say we don't want a repeat of that. They're going to try their chances with Trey Vorwald. Runners on first and second now. 2 outs. As the Squatch faithful continue to stay active in this one. They're loving what they are seeing from this team. 1 ball. No strikes from Fragamini, the pitch. And that one's taken 4. Strike 1. So it is up to Trey Vorwald. The final hope in the bottom of the 8th. Leading off tonight from Manteno, Illinois. Attends Lincoln College. And that one is going to be taken low for ball 2. It is no secret the Sasquatch get on base. It just now adds to the narrative that they are starting to score runs with their runners on base, making it a whole another ball game for the Big Sticks, as that one is going to be grounded over to third, but potentially the easiest play of the night for the third baseman Dulick, as he just steps on the bag after the soft grounder down the line. So Fragamini comes in, has a bit of trouble, but is able to get out of it unscathed, as they still protect a 7-6 lead as we head to the top of the 9th. 1 more inning to play. Squatch are looking to walk it off in the bottom of the 9th, but first we got to get through the top. We are so glad that you are here.
All Balanced Bookkeeping, located right here in Spearfish, is your go-to place for all of your bookkeeping needs. Serving spearfish for over 2 years, we have over 30 years of bookkeeping experience and can take care of any office tasks, large or small. Contact us now to get in touch with one of our many experienced bookkeepers.
And back here in the top of the 9th inning, Dylan Ritchie out for another relief inning, as he has fared well against these big sticks hitters who know how to put it in play, as do the Squatch. But so far, Ritchie threw 1 2/3 of scoreless ball. As he is now up against Alex Erlob, as both tops of the orders are coming up in the top of the 9th. And Ritchie quickly behind 3-0. Needs to find his way back into the count. The pitch, a strike one. .560 Squatch faithful in the stands tonight, as that one is grounded up the middle, and McHenry fires over, and O'Brien with an incredible play to protect the ball and keep down from getting past him, as he is slow to get up for a second. That was a tough stretch for Keenan O'Brien, but as McHenry was hustling to get over there, it was grounded sharply up the middle. He had to cover a lot of ground, threw over there just in time, and O'Brien with an incredible grab out of the dirt. Took plenty of balance on that one. And now Carson Lundmark, the right fielder, as Ritchie was able to come back from that 3-0 count. And that one is a smoking fastball down the middle, strike one. The 0-1, bid inside on the Lundmark. Carson is 1 for 3 on the night. And there is no one in the Sasquatch bullpen. It is going to be left up to Dylan Ritchie to finish the business in the top of the 9th, to give this Squatch offense a chance. They've had a few opportunities the past few innings, but a few soft grounders and a little bad luck has been the name of the game, as that one is going to be a swing and a miss. Strike 3 from Lundmark. And Ritchie, only 1 out to go here in the top of the 9th inning. But first he has to get through Derek Calvillo. Never an easy out. The 2-out pitch, lifted high and foul. As the wind is starting to pick up here. We have not had much wind at all, especially throughout the first 3 games of the homestand. I forget how it feels to be cold at night in Spearfish. It's been humid, as that one is grounded, and McHenry is going to try off his back foot, and an amazing play but just not in time. Oh man, I would have given it to him just because of the highlight reel throw. He had to stretch out an incredible distance, jumping off of his back foot, firing all the way across his body, and somehow Calvillo was able to beat it out. But what a play by Johnny. Anybody else that you would have seen over at shortstop, that was probably not going to be a bang-bang play. But indeed it was. As Coach Hill is going to walk out and talk the ump over and figure out the meaning behind that. But it did appear he was a step early. I thought Calvillo reached. So he finds an area of the infield to land on first base, and Corey Brownson. As that was the first strike. No balls, one strike. And now 0-2. So as the kids here in the crowd are yelling, one more strike. Can Richie do it? And Richie was not expecting there to be a steal, as Biggerstaff smartly decides to keep that ball in his hands. But Derek Calvillo being a menace on the base paths. So we'll try again with the 1-2. A 7-6 ball game. 15 hits now for the Sticks. They have been all over the place. But so have the Spearfish Sasquatch. It has been a tight-knit game this entire time. A true summer ball classic. The 1-2. And that is lifted high as Richie points in the air, and Johnny under it. Gonna take care of it for out number 3. So this is it, folks. We head to the bottom of the 9th. Squatch looking to keep their 3-game win streak alive, moving it to 4. And would it be in any better fashion than walking it off tonight in game 1 against a bitter rival in the Big Sticks? We will see how it fares. We hope you're staying with us because this is a fun one. We'll be right back with you. Sticks on top 7-6. Squatch looking to walk it off.
Knee replacement? With the area's only ROSA robot, Monument Health offers a more personalized and precise procedure, customized for your anatomy. Get going with Monument Health, your partner for advanced orthopedic care.
So the final 3 outs. It all comes down to this in the bottom of the 9th inning. Squatch are down by a run. It is a 7-6 ball game, and Logan Fragamini back on the mound for his 2nd inning against Ryan Bachman. batting second tonight. You got 2, 3, 4 hitters for the Squatch. That means Bachman to lead off, Johnny McHenry, and then Keenan O'Brien. A dangerous 1, 2, 3. So Fragamini has his work cut out. Definitely not an easy ninth inning to take care of, especially when the stakes are so high. Squatch looking to walk it off, get their 9th win of the season, turn this around. They've been winners of 3 straight, sweeping the Bison, and they're down to their final 3 outs in an attempt to steal game 1. And that's taken outside ball 1. Great eye from Ryan Bachman. Don't forget, we do have fireworks just after the game. It has been a perfect Friday night, the 1-2. Bachman able to get a piece of it and fouls it off. So hopefully, Bach able to get Fragamini tired on the mound by doing what he does best, fouling off pitches, taking his bases, squaring up on him whenever he sees a pitch he likes. The 1-2 to the Bachman. Down low in the dirt, ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Logan Fragamini on the mound. McHenry in the on-deck circle. As the Squatch are not going down without a fight. The 2-2, swing and a miss for out number 1. As Ryan swings on that one low and away. Sort of chased that one. A good pitch though from Logan to sit down Bachman for out number 1. So now down to 2 outs. And Johnny McHenry given the keys. Trying to keep this inning alive, keep it going. And get on base for Keenan O'Brien. And the Let's Go Johnny chants are heard all around the stadium tonight. That one is fired on the inside edge for strike 1. McHenry batting well above 300. 305 so far in the season. And Fisher tried to frame that one behind the plate. A good attempt, but nevertheless a ball. And it is getting very chilly as the wind is picking up. As that one is taken low, you hope that the Squatch bats are hot. So now a 2-1 count to McHenry in the final 2 outs of tonight's game. The pitch. A huge hack for strike 2. A 1-run ball game. After a 6-1 lead in the top of the 4th for the Big Sticks, Gabe Springer's grand slam fired it right back to get it a 1-run game. And McHenry, that one is way inside. He backs up just a few steps. Can't tell if he's upset because he knew that ball was going to hit him, and he backed up. But he's not happy about something because he knew he was not going to swing at that pitch either way. So here we are, the full count payoff pitch. A swing and a miss for out number 2. As it looked to be a curveball from up here for the second out of the frame. So Fragamini has had to battle it out with Bachman and McHenry back to back. Neither of them easy at bats whatsoever. And Keenan O'Brien stepping up to be the last hope, trying to keep this walk-off opportunity alive for the Squatch. as this winning streak is in peril. And only one more out. On his way outside for Keenan. He's been playing first base tonight. Made an amazing stretch off of first to field a throw from Johnny McHenry in the ninth, excuse me. But that one is called for a strike. So now he is down to his last 2 strikes, as it is a 1-1 count. A 7-6 ball game. The Sticks have had the lead all game. Keenan gets just a piece of it. It is now 1-2. Drew Biggerstaff in the on-deck circle. So now, officially down to the last strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes. To O'Brien, the pitch. Swing and a miss. On another great pitch to finish off the 9th inning. And the Spearfish Sasquatch fall in game 1 to the Big Sticks, 7-6. A very, very impressive night from the bullpen for the Sticks, as they were only culprits of surrendering 2 runs in the next 6 2/3 innings. So a very great night from the Big Sticks pitching staff, but a lot of positives to take away for the Spearfish Sasquatch, although they fall just short 7-6, a 1-run game tonight in game 1. They gave the Sticks a scare, but Badlands comes out on top in game 1. So we'll be right back with you as the fireworks are about to start in just a few minutes. We'll have a very quick post game, as the fireworks will take up the remainder of the post game tonight. So we'll be right back with you. Squatch fall just short in game 1, 7-6. Welcome back, Squatch Nation, to the end of game 1 against the Badlands Big Sticks, as the Squatch fall just short of a very, very fun comeback effort, as they lose 7-6 in game 1 of 3, and that ends their streak at 3 games. But do not be surprised if we see plenty of offensive firepower from the Squatch tomorrow in game 2. Going to be a very fun game. But for tonight on the mound, Jack Hostetler is going to be taking the loss after surrendering 6 runs over 3 innings pitched. The Big Sticks seem to have his number for some reason tonight, and that just speaks to the principle of you can't have your best stuff every night. Meanwhile, Devin Hernandez, in his first official start with the Big Sticks this year, will take the win in tonight's affair, as the Squatch fall 7-6, but we'd love to see you tomorrow in game 2. Not exactly sure who's going to be pitching. We think a probable is Hunter Pauley for the Sasquatch back on the mound. Could be a very exciting matchup on both ends, but this was a great sample of what we have for the rest of this series. A 7-6 heartbreaker, as the Squatch fall just short, but plenty of baseball left to be played this year and 2 more games in this series. We hope to see you tomorrow night 6:35 first pitch in game 2. It is going to be a great time as some of the Sasquatch players are about to head out on the field and watch the fireworks. It is a fun night, but for now, the Squatch now fall to 8-17 on the year, while the Big Sticks improved to 16-8. A gutsy showing from the Squatch. There's a lot more where that came from. We'll see you tomorrow in game 2, but for now, I am Win Andrews, your voice of the Sasquatch. So happy that you are here with us. Go Squatch. Everyone have a great night.